So I'm sick again. I'm getting over it now.
Sick of it.
I'm sick of it. Sick and tired. Sick and tired of being sick and tired, as they say. But my buddy Bao got me sick from work, and we've been calling it the Balbonic Plague. And yesterday, I'm getting over it now, but I'm on the mend.
About time.
It's about time.
Get over it.
And I coughed up half a lung last night, and then I've created all this human jello mass out of my lungs, and
It's good. Get rid of it.
Yep, you got to get rid of it. But and my kids were all there, and they're like, "Are you good?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm just coughing up this shit, this fucking Balbonic Plague. But if I die, avenge me." and Jana was like, consider me Genghis Khan.
What would Jana do? Like, what would be her preferred way of
It would
killing
be
people?
It would probably be something overly elaborate that she thought that would be the perfect crime that she'd get away with, but would lead directly to her front door with any slight detective work.
Sounds about right.
Perfect.
Yeah. And the other thing that I want to say is just for the general listeners is every year I open up the DMH books for order for 1 month, and they are open, but they are exclusively open to Patreon members. So I would love to just keep that shit open year round, but it's just too much of a hassle and a headache to
You do too much shit on a daily basis to be shipping stuff all the time.
Yeah, so I open them once a year for 1 month. They are open for this month, and at October 31st at 11:59 and 59 seconds, it will close, and that will be that. So if you like something, or you want to get something for a family member or a loved one for Christmas or what have you, as often is the case, feel free to hit it up now. Otherwise, the show must go on. So, Joey, you got your coffee first.
Good.
Farrell, how was your nerd week? Farrell, I was thinking also today that actually when you were en route, I was like, damn, there's a famous, iconic third-party Transformer piece of history, and it's a combiner. It was one of the most first stable, impactful combiners in the third-party space.
I have understood at least 60% of the word.
Good, good.
Which is great.
And its name was Feral Rex.
Yeah. Oh, oh yes.
But unfortunately,
history.
it was MMC and not Big Toys. I mean, Fans Toys.
Well, I mean, not everything can be perfect.
Not everything.
You know?
How was your nerd week and a half?
I don't know. I don't really remember too much of it. So
Funny, I'm in a similar boat.
yeah. So we went out to Jailbreak.
It's a brewery.
A brewery.
Yeah.
On Saturday night. And it was it's a pretty interesting little spot. So they do most of their business happy hour, to the point that they close at 10 p.m. on Saturday.
Really?
Wow. I mean, they must be making bank.
Right. So and I was like, okay. What really drew me in, though, was it says at 7 p.m., patrons under 21 should be gone.
Okay.
That's good.
Right. Didn't follow that fucking rule.
I mean, how are you going to enforce it once they're in? Once people are in,
It was like 6:45 and families are coming in, and I'm like hammering 8% beers, going like, you should be here.
Do they serve food there?
Yeah.
Really? How was it?
I didn't eat any.
I
forgot to eat, and I got
trashed.
blasted.
IPA night was it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a fancy beer place.
Yeah. But it was fine. Nice little third, fourth tier level spot to go if the world is burning down.
Yeah.
Didn't go to trivia. Had a work event on Monday night.
That's a bummer.
You didn't go last week either.
Did
you?
Oh no, but we recorded that day.
We recorded that. I wasn't sure if you were going to go.
Yeah, did I go? I think I went.
Did you go?
I think I went.
Yeah, I was talking to another person that went. Yeah, because I got so that's another thing. So I think it was the Balbonic Plague that got me, but I did get a flu shot the same day before I got sick. However, I get the flu shot every year, and I rarely ever have any sort of reaction.
No.
Every now and then I'll have a little slight runny nose for like a day, and then it'll go away. But this one did a number on me. But yeah. Anyway, I just was throwing that in there because the person that gave me lined me up for a flu shot was talking about
So and we went. I think we did go that night.
Okay.
Fine. It was fine.
I mean, you don't remember it, so
Oh,
it can only be so bad or good.
No, I do remember.
Yeah.
I do remember.
Okay.
We tied for first with three other teams,
That's a lot of firsts.
right? And the 28-year-old,
Yes.
she so one of the questions in with the final round, not the last of the regular rounds, somebody else on the team was like, "Hey, I think it's this." She's like, "Oh, definitely not. It's 100% this," and I can't remember what it was anymore. So we were like, okay, and changed it. Right? It was the
Oh, you would have won first place.
we would have gotten sole first place, right?
And wasn't this also the person that cheated and got it wrong?
Yeah,
Yeah, before-
yeah. So then it comes to
Not a
the
good trivia team member.
so then it comes to
Wouldn't
the
be my first pick.
the tiebreak round, right? And they're like, how many home runs did Barry Bonds hit in his career, right? And I'm like, all right. So then I start going through in my mind, like right away. I'm like, okay, how many seasons was he really a home run hitter? Add in the couple of outliers where he was, roided up beyond belief and hitting dingers left and right. Like, come up with some equation to make a logical guess at it. And she goes, "Oh, it's just a few less than Ovechkin's goals in hockey." And I go, "Well, thanks for throwing out another number that I don't fucking know." And she goes, "Oh, well, that number is," and it says 845. And we're like, "Okay." And she's like, "So just take 10, 20 off of that and submit that." So the rest of the team's like, I mean, if she's so confident.
Well, she was already coming last time.
I know. But it's like, we're just going to
Yeah.
make a guess.
Yeah. If nobody gets right, is it whoever's closest?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
whoever's closest. And it's
You don't have to be
like,
exact.
it's not like go over, go on. Like, it's just
It's not prices right.
Bottom line closest.
bottom line closest. So we put in an answer. She's off by 175 or something. So we get sole possession of fourth fucking place. I was like, this fucking bitch.
So you learn not to listen to her again after this, right?
Yeah,
This
I'm-
is 3 times.
I'm done.
She fucked you twice in one day, and then
With trivia.
Yeah.
you like that?
So not listen to her anymore. But other than that, trivia was fun.
Good.
I definitely drank too much that night too.
But now you recall it. You didn't recall it, but now it came back to you.
Yeah, I don't know if that's just like I think that might mean that I drink too often, that I can actually retrieve these memories that are supposed to be gone. But yeah, then the rest of the week, just a ton of work, getting ready for a big project. Like last night, I left the shop at 9 p.m. Monday I was there till
Yeah, you were there late.
6 or something like that. So definitely putting in too much time. But I might be coming down with the bubonic plague myself. So
Yeah. Had to take a couple days.
yeah, but for real though.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know. I've just been sneezing this morning. I feel like Big Mike.
So it started with me and Hannon, who also got it. Looks like he's got it anyway. Both started same exact symptoms of a very, very sharp pain, sore throat.
So I don't have that. I've just been sneezing a bunch.
So hopefully,
I feel like
Maybe it sounds different.
I feel like I'm nasally in my voice.
yeah,
So-
yeah.
We'll see. I'll use it as a vacation. So I tried to watch a movie on Max, a horror movie,
Right.
right? And I watched the preview, and I was like, it's been a long time since I watched one of these good, like actually scary, scary, in
Yeah.
quotes, but where it's like it's demonic, or it's not just like a slasher or something like that, like something weird. And God damn it, it was one of the worst movies I've seen.
Really?
What is it?
So it's called Bring Her Back. So
Save me.
So I got 2/3 of the way through it before I just turned it off. So the premise is that there is this. Pardon me, I don't know if this is going to be great. A girl with some physical disabilities,
Okay.
right? So she says, "I can only see light and shapes," and I was like, "Bitch, that's what we all see." but she's got like a wonky eye that like does weird stuff. So that was off-putting to begin with.
I think it's supposed to be probably.
But, like you're trying to get me into the story, and I'm focused straight on like what is up with that.
Right.
But she looks Asian.
Okay.
Right? Which isn't a problem, except for
Thank goodness.
except for her brother, or who she calls her brother, not Asian. Right, and they're like
Adopted.
it might be, and they might have covered this, and I was just so enamored with the fucking eye that
Enamored.
you know. But like the father dies, and now they need to be put into some sort of foster care system.
Oh, they're young.
You would think, but they don't look that fucking young. Like he looks like he's 17 and she looks like she's 15.
You still have to go to foster care, though, right? At that age.
Yeah.
If you're under 18, you do.
Yeah, but so
But-
then they're talking like they're
There's a hard
meeting,
sell.
and they're talking about breaking him up, and he's like, "No, I have to take care of her," and like, well, the foster family that we found for her doesn't want a second one, and it's just it feels weird, like they're trying to like shove this plot point through. They end up accepting both, and then the 17-year-old drives a car to that person's house,
Okay.
which just feels like, oh, my foster child just drove up on their own. Like get a fucking job, dude.
That's convenient.
Like, so then he starts having visions of his dead father, and then they go to the funeral, and the foster mother is like whispering in his ear, like, kiss him. It's your culture to kiss him on the lips, like the dead body. Very, very strange.
Hot. Oh, so yeah, strange.
Yeah, I couldn't stop jacking off. But so that
Strange, of course.
there's another kid at this house who is the strange one, like the demonic. And
Is it also a foster kid? And the foster
Yeah,
kid or
well,
the real kid?
I think it's a foster kid.
Okay.
And then there's like snippets where they're cutting to the new foster mom watching a video of like kids being tortured. Right. So like if they would just cut out all that other nonsense and
Yeah.
just focused on that, I would have been able to get through it. But there's so many things that popped up where I was like, what the fuck is happening now?
Did shit? I hate to come on here every week and talk about it, but shit fucking sucks.
It's like it's almost like the people that are writing movies now have never seen a good movie.
What's the last movie unaffiliated with an established franchise that has left a mark that's going to be remembered and talked about in 10 years? Like anything from fucking Our Favorite Casino to Indiana Jones or some shit like that, you know what I mean? Or like The Matrix, I think, is one. You know,
Well, I mean, there has been like the Coen brothers put out good movies.
I'm not saying that all the movies are bad. Like I think Oppenheimer is a good movie. I don't think it's a movie that people are going to talk about in 10 years the same way as,
No.
you know what I mean?
But I'm saying,
what's
like-
the thing that has become a cultural phenomenon? What's the last set of movies that have become a cultural phenomenon that are unaffiliated with an established franchise?
I'd have to sit down and think about that one. I mean, so there's like great movies that have come out in the last 10 to 15 years. Part of that might be though that there's so many other huge cultures or other huge groups of movies that it's hard to even compete against.
So I think like the last like kind of cultural impactful thing was probably Game of Thrones. That was unaffiliated with an established franchise.
No, that was kind of is the
Because
book.
it has the books, but it's not. I don't view that in the same way. But like, but it wasn't a movie. You know, it was TV, and I think that you could probably find more TV that has made an impact culturally than film. And
I think personally, I think it's apples to oranges. It's because of the era. Like the sheer volume and ease of making stuff now.
Yeah.
Right. And so like things were appreciated more back in the day because there was less of it, and stuff before that was all black and white or like not as great or appreciate. Some people appreciate that shit, but I don't give a fuck about most of it. Right.
right, boing boing boing.
It was like at a time where cinema was getting more serious and more
from like the 70s
Yes.
into, I mean, basically up to 2020.
And it was back then, like I was talking about the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. Like stuff was harder to make, cost more, less people were making it, less stuff, and there was no internet. So like the cultural phenomenon, cultural significant things are fucking on the internet, or from the internet, not from movies, not from TV, because they're not persistent.
Yeah,
There's
it's more of a meme.
Memes are persistent. Like we use memes now from fucking 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And they're still relevant. That's what's culturally impactful.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's, I don't think, I know they're all movies, right? Or media, but because of the era, I don't think you're comparing the same thing.
I'm not comparing anything.
I know, but you're saying when was the last time something was culturally relevant?
Yes.
But like the culture has shifted to that. Like it does, movies don't lend themselves to be culturally relevant in the way that it was in the 80s.
But I think that's, well, I
don't think it says volume about how bad things are. I think things are just different, so you don't watch things the same way.
Oh, so I think it's both. I think it's both. I think that, like, I think you're 100% right with volume, but I think that because things are easier to make, like I know that this term is a hot button modern day term, and I don't mean it necessarily in the same way, but like every now and then we need a good gatekeeper or two. not everybody should be making music. Not everybody should be fucking making movies. Not like there's a reason why there's some people in place to be like, no, we shouldn't put money behind that, because it ends up being the worst horror movie you've seen.
Yeah.
You know, or what have you, you know. And I think that you're right about the internet too. Like the internet has become, you know, memes, reels. Now that's the cultural significant thing. But I think even in the midst of that, every now and then something is good enough where it does rise above. Like I think Game of Thrones is that thing, and how it ended up being received by the end of it is what it is. But it still had an impact during its run. You know, I don't know, man. Like
I think also part of it is not just the volume; it's the option, right? So like, different people are into different things. Like some people are into different genres.
Sure.
So something that's super popular to a specific subset of people, other people aren't quote unquote forced to watch it because they have other options. Like I hear Righteous Gemstone as a show that a lot of people love, but a lot of people have never fucking heard of it because they're watching something else.
Yeah.
So like it's because,
and it's not impacting the culture. You know what I mean?
But-
it's kind of like a cult thing.
but as I'm saying, like it's hard to impact a culture when you're not limited to, like, you either watch this or other things. Like,
Yeah, but
like a lot of people find a lot of other things good.
Sure.
So like no one's being funneled into the one thing that everyone has to watch.
I don't feel actually like that a lot of people find things good these days. Like I don't even hear like in casual conversations, like at the dinner table, you know, or out with friends or whatever, where you hear people say like, "Hey man, I watched this such and such. It was really good." You know, I think that like one of the last things I heard that was like, "Have you seen?" You know, like the phrase "Have you seen?" You know, where is it gone? You know, the last time
I hear that all the time.
So I don't.
No. Have you seen this clip?
Oh, okay, yeah. But I'm talking about
I know,
specifically.
that's what I'm saying. Like we've shifted to something else.
Yes, I understand, but my point is when something is good enough, it rises above that. Like Game of Thrones rose above it, where regardless of, like, I know people that have fucking watched Game of Thrones that don't give a fuck about fantasy.
Yeah.
Don't give a. It's the same thing with The Matrix, right? Like I didn't care for The Matrix, and I'm kind of in the pocket. I'm kind of in the demographic that they wanted, but people fucking loved it. People that love the jock movies, people that love the action movies, people that love sports, people that love hobbying, people that later it had a cultural impact. It rose above whatever the other options were. I think that like the last time I heard like a "Have you seen" was the Dahmer show on Netflix. That was the last time I heard a bunch of people kind of talking about one thing. And even though it did do that, it still didn't.
Oh, I know.
It still didn't penetrate, so to speak.
I know.
Tell me. There's going to be some bullshit. I can tell by your face.
Tiger King.
Yeah.
That was cultural. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
That was
Culturally impactful.
Yes.
And I think.
that was recent. Kind
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
In the last
But
5
not
years.
really.
Huh?
Not really
2020.
that recent.
The last 5 years is
5
pretty
years.
recent.
Yeah, I'm talking about. I think that it
But
really.
a lot of stuff's come out.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that 2019 was the.
You know what
It
should
was
have
the
been?
last year
You know
of
what
it.
should have had more cultural impact was that fucking monkey show.
Yeah,
Chimp
yeah,
Crazy.
Crazy Apes or whatever.
Chimp
Chimp
Crazy.
Chimp Crazy. Yeah.
It should have had more.
It should have. It should have.
So good.
It should have. But it's just. It is like. I don't know. Like
Planet of the Apes, right? That's franchise. It wasn't. Oh, I guess. Do you count it as established franchise because it,
I
you had
think,
the
I
fucking
think
Heston
that's
movie?
kind of established. But also that the good ones were done by 2020.
Yeah.
You know,
It's been garbage.
it's been like, and that new one wasn't awful, but it's not anywhere near those other three. And it's just like, I don't know. It's
And without the awful ones, this one could have been awful. Right? Because like, because people are like, well, it's not as bad as the last three. Like, that's not saying a whole bunch.
well, those three, like with Caesar, they're fucking top tier, fantastic. But like, I think that sometimes people think that it's the formula that works. And that's true to an extent, but it's not in the way that they think it is. Excuse me. So they're like, yes, island, dinosaurs, mayhem. This is the formula, but that's not the formula.
Right.
The formula is first,
Character rise above, overcome.
science versus money. You know, like all of those things. The kids. The whole, like, those relationships between the fact that Ellie Sattler wanted kids and now she has to kind of take care of these kids, and you know, or she didn't want kids and now she's like in becoming motherly, being around these kids. Like, there's all these other layers that makes Jurassic Park great, aside from island, dinosaurs, mayhem.
Yeah, and sparing no expense.
And sparing no expense. And they're sparing a lot of expenses.
now
these
they
days.
are.
Yeah.
Fucking terrible.
And it's the same thing with the apes, right? It's like they're like, okay, well, it's monkeys,
Monkey madness,
and post-apocalyptica, right? But then they recreate that after Caesar, and it doesn't hit, because what they forgot was what made Caesar fucking Caesar. You know, like, you get to see him grow, you get to see him
it's the
give up humanity, and yet
half monkey, half man, human
hybrid.
Is it like all the you know, all the later religion that branches off from the original religion, they don't fucking hit us well, like Mormons, you know? You don't have the original Jesus story.
Speaking of religions on Dummies, we were talking about I don't know if it got recorded or not, but we were talking about religions, and we were talking about Jehovah's Witnesses, and I was saying how they're one of the religions that I kind of respect the most, in a way, just because they're very black and white about their beliefs, and it's like, okay, I can get behind that. And it's like, if you get to a certain point, it's like, no, we just believe what's in the book. Well, how could you possibly believe such and such? Well, it's in the book. I'm like, oh, okay, well then, okay,
Yeah.
I can't debate that, right? But
No interpretation.
Robert D was saying that you would make a great Jehovah's Witness.
Me?
Yeah, and I actually kind of pushed back against that. I was like, he's not really into groupthink and this and that and those sorts of things. He's like, yeah, but he doesn't like holidays. And I was like, okay. Well, you kind of got me there. And I was like, but I was so disappointed in myself, because the obvious sub-religion that you could start from Jehovah's Witnesses would be Jehovah's Fitnesses.
Oh my God.
If pizza's the holy food, I'll be in religion.
Jehovah Fitness.
Someone's thought that
Should be like, if you started like a workout thing, like
Right, a
like,
program?
yeah, Jehovah Fitness.
I'm gonna get sued. I don't know if Jehovah's Witnesses
work
believe in
out
suicide.
listening
But it's
to
you got to put the dash.
Yeah, it's
Joe
like ding,
dash.
ding, 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 ding.
ding 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 ding.
You just listen to Hove and work out with Joe.
Yes. You listen to Hove, you work out with Joe, and have some fitness.
Yeah.
Jehovah.
And you just tell people about it. You have to tell people about it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I'm not more into Mormonism.
The multiple wife thing.
No, fuck that. I just got this little bit of a underwear fetish thing, and they've got
The gold.
the secret panty
Gold
things
underwear?
that they wear. So
It's a real deal. I know a recovering ish Mormon, and I'm not gonna say, but I don't know if you've ever met him.
Okay.
But he's a tremendous guy, and I actually think he'll do a I Know a Guy episode and talk about it. But he's he says, like, a lot of the shit that you hear about, like, I heard is this. He's like, it's 100% that.
oh, nice. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. That fits into one of my little.
yeah.
So the only other thing I have, I don't know how much I really want to talk about it. Politics stuff. So it's getting harder for me to, like, so I see, and I understand from a philosophical standpoint and everything like that what I see is not reality. Right? It has to be filtered through the
Yep.
lens that I see and through all my beliefs and everything. So I'm not seeing the noumena.
I like that word.
Right? That's what it is. That's reality as it is.
Right.
I think so. Thinking way back to like 2004 philosophy. But I can't see that I'm this far off from how other people are seeing the world.
Oh no, people see things very far off though. That's just
Like,
normal.
We're looking at different paintings, not even just interpreting things different. We're looking at different fucking paintings.
Right.
I think sometimes people just paint over what they see.
Yeah, and it's just
I think that's what it is. You're looking at the same thing and they just start painting over it and telling you what's not underneath.
yeah, and just like the level of, and it's from all different types of places now.
Yeah, everywhere.
Where it's just like, well, this happened, and you're like, no, it didn't.
It didn't.
It didn't happen like that. Like
Yeah.
I lived through it. It didn't happen like that. And like, yes, it did. I'm like, wow, if we can't even.
That's what I'm talking about. Painting over what's there.
The overwhelming amount of like, I'll tell you what bothers me about this, not getting specific about politics, but more about like just the landscape and how you view it and see it is, and actually they talked a bit about it on the Fifth Column episode, is that all people, like it doesn't matter what side you land on or up, down, left, right, are leaning into this hardcore, heavy conspiracy belief pattern.
Yeah.
And
But
it's almost like they're now buying into a complete faux reality. And it's like, well, how do you plan on moving anything forward when you don't even believe in the real world?
Right.
Yeah, you can't. That's bad. I don't think there's an answer. I mean, this is stuff that's been on my mind too. But
It's like a mind virus,
You
right?
can't. Yeah, a mimetic virus. But you can't do anything about it because like they literally won't see what's there. Like you can't argue with someone who. So like if something happens a certain way that they want, that they believe in, then that happened. If something happens that does not go with what they want, they'll say that is a conspiracy.
Yes.
So like no matter what happens, they are right.
Yes.
So like you can't. I just call that a lost cause.
And they base a belief structure around a feeling about a certain thing, right? So they don't like what's going on between Israel and Palestine, right? They don't care for that one bit. They're very much against it. But now they want me to think that Israel's responsible for 9/11. And it's
Right.
like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that because that's not the truth.
Right.
And the truth does matter to me at some level.
Yeah, and it's like, this is on a lighter note, in the same realm, the people that are upset about Bad Bunny performing at the Super Bowl.
You know what's funny about that? Let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah.
So I would consider, in part because of the amount of people that I just know, in part a fair amount of those from my work environment, I was expecting to hear like oh God, like even when I get exhausted by news like that, not because of how I feel about it, but because of like, I'm going to have to hear about this shit. I don't like Bad Bunny's music. It's not for me.
Isn't it super popular though?
He's one of the biggest artists on the fucking
Yeah,
planet.
so it makes sense.
He's huge. I don't care for it. I hear it a lot because I'm friends with Gamez, and Gamez loves a babuni and plays it all the fucking time. And it's all the same drum track. Ding, 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 ding. It's the same every fucking song. And I've pointed it out to him, and he concedes and says it doesn't stop it from slapping. And he might be right about that.
I think I think that's what it comes down to.
But when
He's figured it out, right?
Yeah.
We talk about it in movies.
Yeah, he's got that. I think it's just the same sequence, just copy and pasted. But be that as it may,
It's a formula.
he's extremely popular.
Yeah.
Arguably number one. He's probably the number one global artist.
I don't know.
He's not the number one. I don't think he's yet the number one artist in the States because I think Taylor has still got him. But
he's definitely.
he's in the
top
conversation.
three.
He's in the
If he's
conversation.
in the top three in like 90% of the world, then he's going to be the number one.
Yeah, he makes sense. He's that level of artist. He arguably makes more sense than Kendrick, but Kendrick had the biggest record of the year. That being said, I do have a lot of people in my friend group that come from an older era and a more conservative era, and I was expecting to hear in my feed the who the fuck is this guy? Where's Leonard Skinner? You know, and I didn't hear a peep.
That's great.
I didn't hear a peep. I heard a lot of people talking about the peeps that they heard,
Right, but no.
but I didn't hear a peep myself, and for that I was grateful.
Yeah, so like it's funny that some of the more famous people in our country don't know who Bad Bunny is, which is weird because we just discussed that he might be the number one
Global
artist. And then they say it's he's not an American.
That's territory, Puerto Rican.
Pretty sure it's in the United States.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's funny how we commandeer something and then be like, it's not ours.
And then other people are upset because he speaks Spanish. And I'm like, well, a pretty significant part of the world speaks other languages than us.
A good
and
portion of the
we're
world
playing-
are bilingual or trilingual, and we're just not here.
And we're playing NFL games in Brazil, in London. Right? There's fucking every single week now. It feels like there's a goddamn 9:30 a.m. because we're in another fucking continent
Yep.
playing the sport, and you can't have a multilingual person as the halftime show now.
I mean, it's not even a valid argument. So it's not a valid argument to begin with. So, like, there's one these people. Like, I hate to say you can't talk to people because otherwise you're not talking to nobody, and everyone's in their own echo chamber. But it becomes pointless to talk to someone who's completely a wall.
Yeah.
Like, it's a waste of time.
Now, I have heard people that are Bad Bunny fans upset about him doing the Super Bowl because he has like taken a hardcore stance of like no touring in the States until this ICE situation comes to a close. Mm-hmm. So he like turned down an American tour and did a global tour and purposefully let America not be toured.
And then now he's going to do
But now he's going to do the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl's different, though, right?
So to them, they feel like either stand on your virtue.
Yeah, I
or,
get that.
you
I
know.
get the argument. To me, it seems the two different things. It's like an event.
Yeah, I think
It's like a big
I think that could even make it worse through that lens, though. You know,
But like a lot of people,
unless he uses it as a way to make a statement about.
yeah,
undoubtedly.
Oh, yeah.
then it'll be
Undoubtedly.
should be okay for those people. But like,
But he could do that in a tour too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't think it would have the same.
No.
because like then it would just
Because you're
be
forcing
his-
you're forcing an outside audience to
yeah,
watch.
it's his
Yeah,
fans
yeah.
at the tour. It's going to
But
be
why not
whoever.
both?
That's true. That's true.
but yeah, man, people complain about that stuff. Like Kendrick, anyways, as people who can't see past themselves. Like I know a lot of things are popular that I don't find myself
Right.
liking, but I understand that that's what's popular.
Right.
I'm the outsider. There's no reason for me to complain about it.
Correct.
Well,
Like,
so-
you're saying with music or anything else, like, well, everybody else fucking likes it. So, like, I shouldn't say they shouldn't be there.
Now we talked about it back in February, also, but it's like, how many of the halftime shows have you liked?
Yeah,
Like, there's not many.
not many. Shakira and J Lo number one. Undoubtedly.
For the art.
Numero uno.
Yes, yeah.
No, but I always say the number one, the one Super Bowl performance that will never ever be defeated is Prince.
Yeah.
Because God got involved,
Right.
and made it rain during Purple Rain, and it's just you can't top that.
You can't beat it.
No.
But so like, there's been plenty of performances that I don't like, that aren't my style, and I don't think it's like, to think that the NFL is going to put on a halftime show for me is crazy.
Yes. Hey,
Yeah.
that's what, you can't see past yourself if you
Right?
think
It's
that.
crazy if you think it's for you.
What's funny, I think that that's part of the problem with the NFL is that it is very much like America's sport, but everybody thinks it's theirs,
Right.
and the truth is it's ours.
Yeah. It's
All of it.
hundreds of millions of people.
Yeah.
And you're like,
And that's kind of fascinating in a way, you know, because it like the truth is we are this melting pot. We are this blend of culture and people, and so you're never going to please everyone. You know what I mean?
But like, it makes sense to get the most popular person, which means you can please the most amount of people,
Yeah.
like by default.
Yeah.
And like, if you've heard of a person who's like, "Who the fuck is this?" Google it.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Well, I think-
maybe if you Google it, you'll see how big this person is.
And I
Or how
think
relevant this
I
person
do think
is.
it happens all the time,
Or how
right?
sheltered you
like
are.
Bruce Springsteen gets picked, And you got people like, oh, of course they pick because they got to pick because God forbid they let a fucking rapper in or let a fucking, you know what I mean? Like, but the truth is that's our country is we're made up of these different people that like different things. But so I think the goal should be to just understand that not everything.
It's not about you, bro.
I'll give you a perfect example. At work, I every morning I try to play some music, depending on my mood or the vibe of the weather or just maybe the vibe of the music. And it's usually fairly modern, current, from 90 to now. However, we do 80s, we do 70s, we do all sorts of stuff. And there's a guy that's always there in the mornings, but he doesn't talk to us too much. And one morning I was doing a Black Sabbath set. And he came out and walked over to his car. And in the midst of walking over to his car, he said, you got some good music playing today. And I was like, you have mistaken good music for music you know.
Also, I know that guy, and I don't know many people that care about his opinion.
Yeah, but that does speak to, like, I always see it, like people will be like, I like country, or I like hip hop, or I like rock, but then fucking Don't Stop Believing comes on and people go crazy because it's a record you know. House of Pain's Jump Around comes on, everybody goes crazy because it's a record you know. And it doesn't mean that those records are bad, but it also doesn't make them inherently good either. It's just the fact that, like, a lot of people associate music they know with times of their life or moments or whatever, and it all projects in that moment.
I think a general concept is people mistaking what's good and what they like.
Yes,
like,
but I think
I often say I like this thing, but it's not good, right? Or the thing is good, but I don't like it.
Right. I say that.
I don't think people understand that a lot of times.
I say that about the drill music that I like. That I'm like, look, like these guys are not talented rappers, but they've caught a vibe. There's a vibe to that music, and there's something unapologetically authentic about it that is rarely captured in any media. And that is why I'm attracted to it. It's something like, I don't mean this time, feral. There's something feral about it, so to speak. Like there's something, it's like, it's kind of like, I relate it, not that it's at all as impactful and won't have the legacy because it's already pretty much fizzled out, but punk music, when punk music came about, like being able to be technically good on an instrument or being able to sing or hit a key or stay in key or any of that, they were like, we don't care about any of that. We're just doing this thing because we want to do it, and we don't care that we're talented or not talented. It's a vibe, it's a feeling, it's a moment. There's so many things that go into it, man.
Yeah. So, yeah. I don't think I got any more that I want to say.
Yeah, fair enough. Joey?
All right. I actually, unlike you two, I actually partake in media sometimes.
Yeah.
During dinner.
I watched a part of a football game.
Yeah, it was great. And you were right.
And I was right. A buddy of mine, they were placing bets on teams. And a buddy of mine was like, who should I bet on, the Jaguars or the Chiefs? And I was like, well, Jaguars are infinitely cooler than Chiefs. So obviously.
That's how I would do it too. That's why mascots matter.
Let's bet on the Jaguars.
And the stars align?
And then as the game started playing, I remembered like the Chiefs have like gone to the Super Bowl a bunch recently and all this shit. And there's a guy that's like guy that people love or hate or whatever, the
Patty Mahomes.
Yeah. Then I'm like, oh God, it's like this kid's at least somewhat of a big enough impact that people have an opinion about him. And I was like, oh, I might have fucked this up for him, man, because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I just think the Jaguars are a cool animal. And he was like, we're gonna ride it out. And then they ended up fucking winning.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
Not my bet though.
No. And like the truth is, I don't mean to cut you off, Joey, but
I didn't even say anything yet.
I actually watch a fair amount of media now. I just don't watch any media that you would really, I guess, talk about.
Yeah.
Like, maybe I'll do that. for my nerd week.
I mean, that's what I do. I just a lot of times the things I tell you guys about aren't necessarily things I think people would be interested. Sometimes I say you might be interested in this, but a lot of times it's like my experience with it, because I feel like this is a lifestyle podcast where we just talk about what we fucking do.
Yeah.
So like this is what I watch, and sometimes I glean a question from it or an idea from it, and that's, it doesn't have to be anything significant, because otherwise we wouldn't have any a Nerd Week segment at all.
Well, I guess it seems like I never watch anything, but the truth is I watch a fair bit. It's just usually on YouTube.
Yeah.
And it's usually at night to go to sleep, but it doesn't make it less interesting.
Not stuff while you're vacuuming?
No, I got kids.
Nice.
It's modern day slavery.
But yeah, like I'm on YouTube a lot. Like there's things on the background that I've been not background as in I'm not paying attention. There are things I consistently do. I hadn't have them for years. I just don't stop mentioning them because I consistently watch them, like true crime, interrogation, no sleep creepypastas, stories. I still listen and watch all those, but I just, unless this one really pops up that's really good, I don't really mention it, but I always do those things. Speaking of vacuuming to movies, I was at
It's gonna be a strong start, I bet.
So you like horror episode 100 with Dante?
Oh, were you?
Yeah, they just had episode. That's earlier this week, or that was past Saturday. And it was fun. It was 5 of us sat down. It's me, Dante, Phil, Sarah, and Teresa, which I never met.
Maryland Phil?
Yeah, he's like the main part of that
Dinosaurs.
podcast. Not horror, apparently. Horrors and dinosaurs. We didn't talk about dinosaurs at all, I don't think.
Oh.
Yeah, he didn't bring it up one
That
bit.
ruins my mental picture.
Unless there's a horror dinosaur movies that comes out, then we can talk about that.
Yeah.
But no, it was fun, except like I felt bad because I just shat on it the whole time. Oh, the topic was, it was episode 100, but we always have a topic, a movie or premise we're talking about. We were talking about Halloween 1978 original and Halloween 2007, the Rob Zombie remake. And
It's a hot topic.
prep for that show, I rewatched. Yes, I rewatched 2007 because I've seen the 78 one enough. I watched the 2007
Wait,
once.
the 2007 one's a hot topic?
The whether or not the 2007 one is good or not is a hot topic.
Still?
No. I guess probably not.
in that
subculture.
culture, in that culture. So like, I think everyone else at the table likes it. To one person, Teresa, who loves it. And I was quiet for the first 20 minutes of the show. Like there was Q&A and stuff, and then Dante was asking me questions, and I'm like, I don't know how to say this. I'm trying to not just shit on what everybody loves and say no. We want critique, and I think I just shat on that movie for half an hour straight.
I love that. I got to make a phone call. There's another person that we know. That fucking hates that movie. And let me see if I can get him going.
Somebody I know?
Yep.
Is it Angry Gary?
Yep.
Oh, yes!
Let me see if I can get him going.
It's a great podcast.
No, yeah.
Just keep people on the edge of the seats.
Hi.
Hey, you got a quick second?
Yeah.
You're live on Nerd Rage.
Oh man, no.
What are your what are your thoughts on the Rob Zombie Halloween movie?
I'm not a fan.
Why?
Because they're stupid.
Why? Why is it stupid?
All right. Why? Because it's basic, man. All right. Every serial killer has a bad past. That's the difference.
You're not giving it to me. Give it to me.
What's that?
You're not giving me that energy.
I don't know where he is right now.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
Oh, that wasn't right what you did. Yeah.
Surprise.
That wasn't right at all. I'll talk to you later.
But yeah, I just
Didn't seem angry.
Yeah, I know.
I just shat on it from beginning of the movie to the end of the movie. I broke it down and just everything fucking sucked.
Yeah.
Almost. It's just about this. There are obviously good parts, but there aren't many. You can find redeeming qualities in most things, right? But majority of it, there's a completely unnecessary movie.
Yeah.
That was done poorly.
Yeah, I've only seen it once. And And I got to be honest, I'm not a huge Halloween fan. I've seen them up until
It's my least favorite franchise of the big franchises.
up until the LL Cool J one. I think that was the last one. That I don't know if it goes on beyond that or not.
I was one recently. I feel like came out within the last 5 years. I feel like
I find the continuity of Halloween to be very confusing because of
they jump around.
They jump around. They jump up and get down.
down.
There's reboots, but then the other one continues.
And there's like side stories that are completely unrelated.
And I get very confused by it.
Yeah.
But that being said, while not being a huge fan of the first one, although I think it's good enough, I think I kind of felt this Rob Zombie one was good enough too when I first saw it.
I don't think it added much or changed anything. If anything, it just muddied the water of the 1978 one. If you just we're comparing them, I think you're just fine with the 1978 one. Like, yes, you get the visual upgrade,
Yes.
and cinematography upgrade, and special effects upgrade, but story wise, I think it's worse. Even though it's the same story, I think they just did it worse.
And is it because they explain? Is that what people are mostly upset about? Is they explain the motivations almost for the killer instead of him just being a complete fucking monster?
I think it's an argument, but for me, it just muddies. It's part of what muddies the water. So, like in the first one, he was just a fucking born monster, right? And arguably, I think in this one, the way it's portrayed, he's also a born monster, but he's a born monster who also happens to be in an abusive childhood. But I don't think the abusive childhood had anything to do with him being a monster. I was saying on the show that like my childhood was pretty bad. I've known kids with much worse childhood than how this kid is portrayed. That's not enough to turn him into what he becomes.
Right.
So like you're just muddying the water of like why you add that when it actually takes away from him just being a monster.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
How did they take to your?
I mean, it was fine, but I can tell it was not.
Well, sometimes
not the
I
most
feel
popular
like
opinion
with Phil specifically, Phil will be very excited about something, and I'll try to hold back, and I'll try to hold back, I'll try to hold back, and then like finally, like I feel like I'm in a corner, and I get like he needs to know or wants to know what I think of it.
Yes.
And I finally like, all right, man, here we go, and then like I finish, so to speak, and I look at him, and I can just tell that like. Something like the light is going out inside.
You shouldn't ask if you don't want to know.
Yeah.
But I did not let loose until I was asked specifically to tell me how you really feel.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's a fucking awful movie. I didn't turn it off. So it's not the worst movies. There's very few, but there's been movies I've turned off.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that a lot recently.
Turning off stuff, just to not waste time.
Just giving up. I used to be like, nope, we're going to see it all the way through. I've invested an hour. There's only 40 minutes left. Now I'm just like, I can't bear to waste any more time.
Yeah, it's very few. I mean, this not
and maybe that's because.
Hold up, he said try again.
Okay.
Welcome back.
We're ready.
All right. Important stuff here. So, what did you think of it?
So Joey is here with us, and Farrell is here with us. Joey also hates it, and I think I'm indifferent. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it.
I sat at a table with someone who was like their favorite movie.
Yeah, he sat at a table with someone who it was their favorite movie, so he let loose.
Their favorite Halloween movie or just their favorite movie?
Favorite horror movie of all time.
Favorite horror movie.
That's insane.
That's what I said.
Yeah, good. I'm glad. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I would love to hear thoughts on favorite horror movie of all time. That's bananas. What was good about it? Like, there was nothing good about it. As far as if it was a standalone movie that had nothing to do with Halloween, I'd be like, oh, it was a pretty good flick, But the fact that it was a remake of that, it was awful.
Was it the fact that it gave him that tragic backstory that ruined it for you?
Well, of course, that's the whole lore of Michael Myers. Was there was no rhyme or reason in the first movie.
Yeah, that's fair.
Nobody understood why he knew how to drive. Why does he? Why did? Nobody what the fuck is wrong with this guy? You know what I mean? Like nobody, like Loomis went bananas as soon as he laid eyes on him, man.
Loomis is a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
You know, there was like you watch that first Halloween movie, it was like you can cut and paste any real life serial killer to that background.
Yeah.
And it came around during the serial killer era. We had a lot of serial killer when that movie came out.
Say that again?
He was saying that like it was of the serial killer era. There was many serial killers like in real life when that movie came out that added to the fucking, you know, the horror of it, that original.
Oh, you mean the 80s being like with the Night Stalker, like that era?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
or the late 70s. Yeah, I get you, right. And the thing is, it's like and he's a fucking giant. I mean, what the fuck, man? I mean, you know, I mean, no wonder why he overpowers everyone. He's a professional fucking wrestler, dude. I mean, how the fuck are you gonna hide this guy? Like, oh, we can't find him. Really? You know, and you get that guy like, oh no, it's cool, Mike. We're friends. Remember when I was nice to you? You're like, does it look like he feels like being friends with you right now? You know, it was just so fucking bad. You know. And William and the stepfather Forsythe, the man who I met, by the way, but fucking, I mean, he's like. You know, I mean, and then baby Michael with his mask on when he kills his sister, running with the fucking. He looked like fucking like I don't know, the baby Scooby did, like he had the mask on. He was like a little kid running down the hall. Like, what the fuck is this? You know,
It's all true.
Because Mike Myers is like one of your favorite characters, isn't he?
He's the guy. I mean, he's the guy who spawned everything, right?
He was.
I mean that was the benchmark of all horror movies. It still is.
Yeah, it's fair.
Not invented, but like what slashers are is all based off what that movie created.
Yeah.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
He said what slashers are is based off what that movie created.
Yeah, I mean, it was an independent film. There was no blood in the movie whatsoever. Okay. Everything was based on suspense and obviously the score. Well,
John Carpenter.
Yeah. You know, and so and they've actually played it with that. I mean, it was a $1.50 mask. It's William. Everyone knows William Shatner. You know, but they also made the eyes bigger. So they call him the Shape, and there was just when Loomis is always talking about him and the backstory, everybody wants to know more, but you can't because he only knows what he sees, and it was amazing, and then at the end, I mean, John Carpenter pissed me off at the he pulled the Harrison Ford thing, like, I don't care if it's awesome, I'm done with it, and this, that, and the other thing, and I want to move on. It's like, no, asshole, then he should have left him on the fucking floor when he fell off the freaking balcony. All right, you did this. All right, you
did this.
I'm done with it. Oh yeah, then why'd you leave the fucking door open, asshole? All right, because we're not done with it.
All right, man. I'll let you go. Thanks for getting back on.
Hey, thanks for having me.
All right, love you
guys. Love you.
I like when people have the same opinion as me. It feels great.
He's such a fucking nut, man. Like I love that dude to the death. But yeah, we cut you off because he had just texted. You were getting ready to say something about the.
I was.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
Another just dumb gripe.
Yeah.
About this movie is gratuitous nudity, which I know people like, but as I said, as an adult, it's distracting. But it's also like not the nudity I would have wanted. So, okay.
He just texts back and said the new ones suck too, by the way.
I haven't seen the new one. So Michael's mom is a stripper.
Hell yeah.
It's a hot stripper. Yeah. She's a hot stripper mom.
Love it.
And so there's a scene of her doing stripping. Or in the strip club, dancing to show that this is what she does.
There's not supposed to be any cameras in there.
Yes. But there's no nudity in that scene. And she's the person in the whole movie I wanted to see naked the most. This hot stripper mom.
Yeah, so like the opposite of gratuitous nudity is off-putting as well.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
When it's supposed to, when it makes sense,
yes,
it should be there.
Yes.
When it doesn't make sense, it shouldn't be there.
Yes.
And
agreed.
And the rest of the movie is, I think that's like 2 or 3 other girls that were naked a lot, right? And stayed naked in the scene, which kind of makes sense sometimes. In horror movies, someone's naked, like they take the time to grab something to cover it. I think in real life you don't, you just fucking run off or whatever. But the problem is, maybe when I was young, it doesn't occur to me, but as a 43, almost 44-year-old, all three naked girls were in high school. And it seems off-putting. I'm like, I think these are supposed. I'm not sure. I mean, they could be quote unquote 18, but they're in high school, so like this is like minor nudity to me.
Yeah.
Like maybe people don't think about it. Like that's you're just watching a movie. Maybe that doesn't come up. You don't think about that, but like to me, it obviously just immediately popped up. They just got out of school, and now we're seeing them naked. I don't think that's something weird about that in a mainstream movie, especially. That I don't feel like anyone's complained about. So maybe
Might have been of its time too.
Maybe
though.
it's just I'm too sensitive or something.
Like it might be different.
I mean, I guess that's the same as like Porky's, right?
Oh, and yeah, Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, Revenge of the Nerds was supposed to be in college.
No, yeah, but it's also like they raped all those girls.
Oh
yeah. And then it was like it was seen as like a good thing or not a bad thing. But also, when we were underage ourselves and we see underage nudity, we don't fucking.
They're not underage to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But now.
Yeah,
but also like there's no recent movies that are like that.
Well, so I thought there were rules about like, so obviously you can't have an actress who's underage be nude, but you're also I thought you weren't supposed to have an actress who's of age playing an underage character.
Yes,
be
that's
nude also
because it's a concept thing, right? Yeah, it's a concept thing. So like,
I don't know what the rules are.
So they were probably 18, I assume, or something. But like, it's just weird to me. I don't know.
Because like there's definitely nudity, but I guess it was an NC-17 rating. But in kids, that girl, like the opening scene where
was she naked? I thought she was like in underwear.
Yeah, but she was topless.
Oh, I didn't even remember that.
Yeah, I just want to stick it in her ass, B.
Yeah, right. There's so much other memorable things in that movie that the nudity doesn't even fucking register.
Maybe when the rules police came in, they're like, listen, you guys are.
I don't know where to start.
Just
this whole fucking thing, just like
shut it down.
Fuck. What else? Watch if you like. I don't.
Pina colada.
I like that song. I like the story of that song. Yeah. Like it's like I don't know. It's wrong, but it's right. It's like
drunk
romantic.
In the rain.
It's about two people who are cheating on each other with themselves.
Well, I don't know how you do that.
Well, like it's about a married couple who each are like looking, if I'm remembering correctly, are looking to hook up with somebody else. And if you like pina colada, like if you like all these things, I think you want to hook up. And then they go to meet, right, to hook up, and it's each other.
Oh.
I think that's what I could be completely
you're probably right.
And then they fall back in love with each other.
Yeah, it's like, why
they get lost in the relationship instead of seeing each other for who they are.
Yeah, and then when they come back to you, we do.
I hate it now.
I'm actually a hopeless romantic at heart. I love these kind of things.
Yeah, I like that too.
I'm so accustomed to.
I could be crazy though. Like I don't know. Someone was screaming at the radio.
I'm going to go with you right. If you're not right, I want you to be.
You want? It's a good story, right?
Yeah,
Sounds good.
I hate it.
I'm sorry.
And I also love that he hates it.
It makes sense. I'm sorry I ruined it for you though.
No. It's not you. It's
Jamie Buffett.
It's me.
It's not you. It's me. If you like sci-fi, if you like visuals, forget about story. I don't. Did I talk about that?
I struggle with that.
Did I talk about? I've heard. This is me getting old. Like I can't remember what I've talked about on the show or not anymore.
I have the same problem because I'm talking so much on different things.
And we've been on here for 500 plus episodes. Did I talk about this movie called Warriors of Future? Not Warriors of the Future, but just Warriors of Future, a Hong Kong movie, a Chinese movie.
It sounds somewhat familiar.
They talk about plants that alien plant that when
yes,
okay,
yes.
So I still recommend it. I think it's a great like 40K type movie if you want to see something like that, because it's stuck in my mind. That's why I wrote it down again, I guess. I've been playing more Magic the Gathering with this side groups.
How's it going?
And I have not been playing with my main group at all.
Oh, really?
And
so the side group is now the main group?
Yeah.
I have not mentioned it because like I never really schedule anything myself, right? But usually after a while, if I didn't hear anyone, I would check in like, how's everybody? Are we gonna anyone is playing time soon? I haven't said
Anybody
anything
up
about that.
for a good spell?
Yes.
I want to tap her mana.
I tapped that. But yeah, I haven't played with my main group in like maybe 2+ months. And
Wow.
I've been meeting up with this side group, my side chick,
Is it starting to feel sleazy?
every week.
No, now it's starting to feel right.
I just went. I've been playing with them, so to speak, every week. There was one week I played with them twice in that week, and I've been enjoying the fuck out of it. And I'm just like, and then one of the guys in there is a mutual of the main group.
They put a spell on you.
Yeah,
What is he?
and
say?
he hasn't said anything about it, so I haven't said anything about it.
Is he playing in the main group?
No, the main group hasn't met. So there's 4 people. It's me, this dude, and 2 other guys. And me
Main
and
group is gone.
And me and this dude has been playing in this other group, and I've been playing it with this other group sometimes without him, with another one,
So it's not you and that guy; it's the other two.
maybe. But the one of the other
Do
two
they
is a good
listen?
friend of mine that I've known for like 10+ years.
Do they listen?
I don't know. He might. He might listen once in a while, but I don't know.
It's a weird way.
Yeah,
to break
it is a
up
weird
with
way to
friend.
break. Like, it's weird. 'Cause I found out weird people have listened to the show that I'd never expected. Like when I went to my pharmacy school reunion, like 2 people there listens. Oh, at the time they did.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, this is weird.
Well, and
How do
you
you even
found out that maybe your parents are going to listen.
Yeah, like I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, that's still something I've been mulling over.
Yeah.
It's like I kind of want them to know me, but I kind of don't want them to know me.
Yeah.
You know? I don't
Have
know.
you seen that this thing going around, speaking of sharing memes and shit, of this lady that's been doing like she's been saying like basically like learning languages is hard,
Sure, it is.
and she like tries to like mimic what she hears, like on the- and she like
Chinese
starts
is so
crying. The
hard.
Chinese one is so good.
Did I send that to you?
I don't know. Maybe here we go.
中等这种这种
中国传统食物，
中等传你心，
中国传统食物。
Hey, Mandarin sounds the same to me. I say the same thing. I have no idea what the fuck they're saying. I know it's Chinese,
中
but
等这
yeah, exactly, just like that.
did
That's
one-
not even racist. It
Hold
sounds
on.
just like that.
Here's a French one.
我我
Boire un verre.
我我
Boire un verre. Boire un verre.
Dude, hold on. There's a German one too. I just got here.
88.
That's why movies aren't relevant anymore. Just telling you.
Yep.
This won't show up if that showed up in the movie, we would be talking about it.
Yeah, it definitely has taken the place of comedies.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of comedy, I'm disappointed in Bill Burr, but I think you have that in the notes.
Oh yeah, for the Saudi thing.
Yeah, like
Everybody, dude. Everybody is in that shit. Have you looked at the list of
I
that
have,
shit?
but like there are a few. I'm okay with a lot of the fucking people who are in it for the money because you know they're in it for the money. But
there's
there
a
are
lot-
some people like Chappelle.
He's in it.
I know, and Burr. That like I thought you guys.
Louis C.K.
Louis C.K. I don't know if he has a particular stance on right and wrong kind of thing. He doesn't talk about it much. Burr has talked about it a lot recently.
I think Louis C.K. definitely has a stance on independence. Like that's what bothered me about seeing his name on.
Yeah, a lot of those names.
Yeah.
But Burr specifically, man, because like he had such poignant take when like the CEO got shot, like, and he's been talking about how billionaires and stuff like that. I'm like, oh yeah, it's cool. And then this just fucking shut on everything he said in the past couple of years.
Yeah.
It's really fucking just disappointing.
Well, to be fair, we don't know what, or at least I don't know what they're saying in their act.
It doesn't
their
matter. It's the point that they're going.
I
Well,
think
if
that's the Bad Bunny situation.
If they go and then they shit on them,
Right.
then it's kind of fuck you. I'll take your money. Fuck you, and then walk away.
But he's been saying how nice it is over there, how the Royals loved it, and they treated them well and stuff like
Well, but
a lot of
two
those people
things can
have
be
been
true.
But the thing is, that's fine.
And Louis C.K. and fucking Jim Jeffries, who's also on the fucking list, are both like free speech advocates and all this shit. And like,
right. And now if they go over there and they slam them for
But if you talk nicely about them, you are propping them up. You know, it doesn't matter if you shit on them, but afterwards you're like, oh yeah, the Royals are so nice, they treat us so well, they're great people. That it doesn't matter you shout on them in your set. When you say that afterwards in your public to people who didn't see your set because they weren't fucking there, all they hear is these popular people saying how good this fucking country and government is.
Let me ask you a question. Just
and
as,
it matters.
No, I mean, I
as an
agree-
exercise.
Hold on, I agree with you, but two things can be true, right? Like the Royals could be really nice to Jim Jeffries. They could be really nice to him, and fucking oppress and fuck up their own people. So what he should be doing is saying, while they were nice to me, I still don't see them doing X, Y, and Z.
But you
for
don't
their own
hear.
people.
I have not heard anything.
I'm just
that way.
saying.
Yes, if they did that, we would have known about it, right?
You know, like let's say that you got invited to North Korea for a banquet, right? That Kim Jong Un
What food?
Aren't they opening a resort or something?
was probably was throwing in your honor, right?
Oh, what did I do?
And you went there. You made him laugh on Nerd Rage, and you.
Shit, we got some high-profile listeners.
Yep. And since he's the only one with internet over there, he gets to save it all for himself. And he takes you in, puts you up in a luxury hotel, full limo service, everything else, massage, takes you to
Happy ending?
the one you want, takes you to the a banquet, feeds you well, everything, treats you well. You have a fantastic honor, you know, in the way you are honored, right? I think you can come back and be like, they treated me like a king, and he's a fucking asshole.
Would you go?
I wouldn't go, but only because I'd be afraid.
Well, that's true, but like I don't know. Like it's easy to sit in the armchair, say this shit, and be like, "Oh, I don't care if someone give me $10 million. I wouldn't do this for the principal."
Right.
I tell you what, I would
like-
I would
But when you-
definitely go.
But when you have 10 million in front of you,
It's just like I have too much guilt on my conscience already. Like I can't imagine living with the guilt, knowing what's happening to the people there, and then going to fucking enjoy myself.
but
Like,
what if you went there? Yeah, I know, I get that.
Do you know, like,
but what if you could make a huge statement there? Like, I think, like, more so even than Burr, I think that Chappelle is one that could go there and turn that whole place upside down. He could paint a picture with what he's doing that by the end of it, he's turned the entire place upside down and then walk away.
So I would go to North Korea just because I think I know what's happening over there, but I've never been.
Right.
Right. So I'd want to go and just see it. Now you're going to see what they want you to see, but I would be trying to see what they don't want me to see at the same
I think they're pretty good at it, though.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, do you think they're lying? Do you think people are actually fine over there?
No.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, what I don't need to see that. To like, if I know that that's what's happening and fucking living conditions are horrible there, I don't.
But I want to see like because
I'm curious.
yeah, like, but it's also it's like
So to
we
speak.
say they're horrible living conditions, but the part of the spectrum that we are all agreeing is horrible is a spectrum in and of itself. Like I want to see like where it is.
We might as well talk about it right now, just because we're talking about it. But like, so Saudi Arabia is throwing a comedic event, and they
Well,
have,
has been.
It has
it's,
been.
It's like almost over now.
And they have the top billed comedians of the fucking world are all going to this fucking thing. It's an appalling list. You know what I mean? Like if they were to book this at a concert here, it'd be sold out in 8 seconds. You know, and there's
I'm going to bring up the list just to.
there's a big controversy about it because Saudi Arabia has been very kind of anti-free speech among. I mean, a lot of, to be fair, a lot of those very religious conservative countries in any part of the world, but specifically that one, are not very giving in to different ways of life or different rights for people.
All right, so we got Aziz Ansari, Wayne Brady, Hannibal Buress, Bill Burr, Jimmy Carr, Dave Chappelle, Louis C.K., Whitney Cummings, Pete Davidson, Chris DiStefano. I'm not reading the ones I don't know.
Right.
Kevin Hart, Iglesias, Jim Jeffries, Maz Jobrani, Joe Coy, Bobby Lee, Sam Morrill, Mark Norman, Russell Peters, Jeff Ross, Santino, Schultz, Segura,
I'm not surprised at those names.
Chris Tucker. How did he get invited?
So not everyone's great. Some of them are just.
So here's a list of the people that have notably said they're not going.
there are people who rejected it.
Shane Gillis, Stavros,
Yeah, Stavros is. I like him. He seems to have stand for something. He's been shitting on.
Mark Maron, and David Cross. I love David Cross. Tim Dillon was supposed to go and then backed out last minute. and that's it.
Yeah.
So there are people who did turn it down. You know, like
yeah.
So the numbers that they put in the article were somebody came out and said they were offered $375,000, but they had also heard that the top people, the
Maybe
highest
even
number
more,
was
yeah.
1.6.
Yeah, I was going to say Dave Chappelle ain't getting out of bed for $375,000.
1.6 million was the highest that person had heard.
but the problem is also like
So
they're
Chappelle's
not.
top
They're
five.
a lot of these people
Yeah.
aren't fucking everyday people. They already have millions.
Yeah.
Like you don't. So it's not even about the money at that point,
Yeah, I think
or
there.
shouldn't be.
I
Unless
agree.
You're just fucking greedy.
I think that
which people
so,
are.
to me, I think it depends on what they do there.
Yeah.
Like I put it right in that Bad Bunny spot. Like, you know, virtue wise, you know, principle wise, it does matter if you're taking hard stands on something and then do something that seems to be the opposite of the hard stand you took. I do think that you have a bit of a responsibility, if only to your art, let alone the audience, to make a point.
to be fair to them, right? The Live Tour, the golf tour, has been happening, and those players got no real pushback. They didn't lose anything.
No, but there was some hubbub. There was some in the
Sure.
culture of it. Same with wrestling.
Yeah, that happened too.
Yep.
And the thing that I follow is they're fucking our porn stars crazy over there. Right? Those are ours. Keep them here. I don't get to fuck them because they're over there fucking Saudi princess.
Yeah. So yeah, it is.
I had a real shot.
If they aren't doing anything to make a point, and it would almost surprise me specifically with Chappelle.
Yeah.
Then it does seem kind of like, you you sold out a bit.
Well, but we also don't know.
A bit.
But we also
Yeah,
don't know
understatement. Yeah.
how far in the Saudis are into the U.S. side also, right? So like if you turn this down, right, do you also turn down all these other
Right, in our
things
country.
because they have a 30% stake and they're willing to say, look, if you don't,
Yeah, I think
show
they
up
actually
here-
own like 20% of our country.
I hate it here.
so.
Not
There's
not
the
this
other
country.
side too. that's-
Again, just here.
you might
in
have
general.
millions now, but you won't have much for long if you piss off the.
You can live off of millions without having another paycheck for the
Not
rest
if
of your
your
life.
not if your mortgage is $1 million.
That's on you to not have that.
Yeah.
You can change that.
But like I said, I'd have to see what they do. I'd have to see what they do with it. But I get why people would be upset with it.
But yeah, I understand it's easier to say that without being that person. But
Yeah.
but it's also obvious thing to say.
Well, my thing with it is like, now how do I take your principles serious?
Right, exactly. That's my problem. Like,
like-
especially with Burr, it's like, how can I take what? And it goes back to everything you've said. Like, it shits on everything you've already said. Not only things you're going to say in the future.
Unless you go there and make a point of it. Because I do think that that's possible.
Yeah.
Especially with some of those guys.
Being
Some of those guys
hopeful.
are really smart.
Hopefully,
Some of them I think are funny. Some of them I think are smart.
Some of them I don't think are funny.
Some of them I don't
a
think
lot
are
of
funny.
those,
as
a
well.
lot of them I don't think it's funny.
But
There's at least one female name I read.
Wendy Cummings,
Whitney Cummings.
Whitney Cummings. I don't even know who she is. Also,
She used to be pretty hot.
that may
I
be
think
true.
she's still hot.
Not as hot. She's got a lot. I don't know. I have I'm really sensitive to uncanny valley when people have a certain amount of work done. Like there's a certain amount of work that's cool because like they have had it done, but you can't really tell. You just know it look better. But there's like not all the way to cat person because that's extreme. But,
That
like,
I'm actually more into. Well, not from a sexual standpoint, but
Oh,
just from
yeah,
like you've gone and just transformed yourself into like a different species.
exactly. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No. No. Yeah. But like
Present.
Yeah.
Funny as shit.
Bobby here.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's what it's just like with like fake tits. I'd rather someone have like no tits naturally than fake tits.
Oh, me too. But I'm not a tit
Like
guy.
I'm just like
but same.
Like I don't know. Plastic surgery is weird to me. It's I don't know. That's a me thing I know because I know a lot of people love it. So more power to you. But one more thing about the Magic group, the side,
Oh, yeah.
the side group. I had a discussion yesterday because they like music a lot. like the way like you like music.
Oh, nice.
So like I understand. I know of music. We play music while we play. But they are really into music. And then they were talking about how the Tron soundtrack and Nine Inch Nails and stuff like that. And one guy was like, "Are you gonna watch the Tron movie?" And I was like, "You don't know this about me. It's really weird, but I have this thing against Jared Leto." And then one of the guys chimed in, "I can't stand him. I can't watch anything with him in it. He fucking ruined Blade Runner." I'm like,
Wow.
holy shit! There's somebody else. I'm not the
With
only
the same.
one.
Who is my irrational hate for again?
Tom Cruise? No, that's rational.
No, that's rational.
There was one. I don't remember now. We found that out recently.
Is it Keanu Reeves?
No.
Or is it Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
No, you don't like them this
Because I think they're
reasonably. You think they're bad.
talentless.
But there was one person we talked about recently where you just like can't fucking have them.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Must not be that bad.
Or maybe I hate him so much I've forgotten them.
They just pushed him out.
Yeah.
Two more things. One is something I watched. One is something that happened.
Was this a game where we get to guess? Two
Netflix
truths, one lie.
Netflix Korean series. I've been watching a lot of Korean series because they do a lot of shows apparently over there, and a lot of sci-fi shows with decent effects. And Korean media's been more and more popular lately in the States.
South, right?
Yes, that's one of those things, right? When you say Korea,
100%.
you don't have to say South Korea.
Yeah.
I
you have
always
to-
ask.
You have to say North.
Right. So like it's like when you say Dakota,
What, north or
There's-
south?
exactly. Germany,
East or west?
yeah. Czechoslovakia. Czechoslovakia.
What year?
Yeah. USSR. But yeah, so Korea, is Korean. Like I know K-drama has been super popular in the last 10, 15 years, but I've been watching a lot of Korean sci-fi / horror shows.
And not for nothing, that one show did have a bit of a cultural impact.
Squid Game.
Squid Game.
That did. You're right. That was relatively recent. That was during COVID.
Yeah.
And they're on season 3 now.
I didn't like it.
No, I couldn't get into it either, but regardless of that,
yeah, for some reason people liked it.
It breached through.
Yeah. It's a show called Hellbound. The show starts off with 3 random monsters attacking. Like it's a normal world, and then
No, it's not.
It's got monsters.
It's got three.
It
three
was
monsters.
a normal world, and 3 monsters came and attacked the guy, beat his ass to a pulp, and then incinerated him, and then fucked off and disappears. And then this guy came and said, "That's God's will. Here's evidence that it's been happening over the years." And everyone's like, "Oh, you're fucking crazy." And then it starts happening a little bit more often, and he becomes a cult leader. And you find out that these people are told. An apparition appears to a person telling him you are going to die in a certain amount of time at this specific time, and you are bound to hell specifically. So now there's a panic, worldwide. Like, oh, people are getting told specifically go to hell. This hellish creature comes, incinerates you, and leaves like a torso. It's just like a burnt like waist to skull torso.
Nuts to tits.
Nuts to tits. Yes. And
Or is it nuts to nips? I think it's nuts to nips.
And the cult gets bigger, and then you follow these characters in this now getting crazy world, and it's quite interesting to me. I think it's a good show. I think it has good graphics. The characters is what matters, because spoiler, at the end you find out more about these monsters and about if you go into hell, but you don't really find out all of it. You don't know why it's happening. So if that's what you want to know, and for a show to be good, don't watch it. But it's about the people and how they handle things, and what happens when the world changes, and like how what people would do to have things go back, and if it's possible to go back when certain things happen. Just like once with nuclear bombs, right? Like you can't go back to a world where there were no nuclear bombs. Everything has changed.
Right.
Same with the internet. So that with the cult aspects and monsters, I enjoyed it.
Nice.
Last, I've been, as you know, I've been doing flu clinics.
Yes.
I think I was inappropriately touched.
Really?
Yeah,
By whom?
by his older lady.
Oh, lucky boy.
So like, this was the indoor one, because I do a drive-through where I wheel a little cart around and poke people through the window, so to speak, and then I do a sit-down clinic. So there's a table. I sit here. You sit there as normal. I would fill out paperwork and stuff, and prep my shots while you sit there, and give you the shot. So I would tell people, put your arm on a table, on a chair, somewhere comfortable, so you can relax. right? Because I don't want your shoulder to be tense. It's gonna hurt if it's tense. So this lady never happened before. Usually people do a normal thing. This lady put her hand on my knee and then braced herself. I'm like, okay, that's fine. So the lady, and it takes me a minute to prep the shot. I have to load it. I have to do all kinds of band-aids, paperwork, and her hand kept moving further up.
Nice.
And I was uncomfortable. I didn't say anything because
Or were you hard?
at the end of the day, like I don't feel assaulted, right?
No,
but
of course
that's
not.
put me in a situation to experience what someone might be feeling, how someone would feel in that situation, and if they're
Lucky.
and if they would feel assaulted, that like how awkward that would be. Like,
It's like, damn, I feel so lucky right now.
Feel so.
can't have nice things.
Sorry, you started telling the story. I had to go rub one out.
I mean, just imagine if it was like a really creepy old man. I feel a lot more uncomfortable. But I'm just like I appreciate life experiences that allows me to not just sympathize, but empathize. Like to be in someone's shoes, to really feel and experience something instead of just imagining how it would feel. It put me. I appreciated the experience, even though it was not good and it was awkward. By the time I finished giving her the shot, like her hand was like right by my crotch.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm almost there. Keep going.
It's like it was.
There are Penthouse magazines that have this story in them.
It couldn't have been an accident, right? If it slid up a little bit, like okay, you're bracing, you're pushing down, and you
Right,
go
the
up further.
slides.
But you don't start from my knee all the way to my upper thigh next to my dick.
How high up is your
like
upper thigh?
here,
Fuck yes.
like almost to my hip bone.
Like,
I was like,
You don't get to complain about how the world sucks anymore. You don't even appreciate your blessings.
if it was a hot chick, yeah.
no,
Not that she
doesn't
was an
matter.
ugly old lady. She was like a fine. You would like her.
Fine
Bobby.
old lady.
Bobby, you would.
Fine old lady.
I
Fine
bet
old
you'd
lady.
fuck her.
Oh, listen. I can almost guarantee you I would. But I'm at a point, I tell young boys this all the time, but
Hey, yo.
I'm so to speak, young guys that are like are friends of mine. I'll be like, look, I'm at a point in my life where I'm not interested in sex for the aesthetic. I am interested in sex for the experience. So if it's a aesthetic that I'm more keen on, in the words of my man Kev, even better. but if it's not, I'm in for the story. I'm in for the experience.
Yeah, I just acted completely normal through the thing, and the interaction was finished the same way it normally does. She didn't say anything.
you come?
I didn't say anything, but it had to be. I like, you know, some people are like, oh, she was into me or something, and
Yeah.
like you're like, no, she fucking wasn't. That was the bartender trying to get a tip.
Right.
There's no fucking way.
If she was trying to get a tip too,
more than just a tip.
And I just like,
with you anyway.
I get.
Your tip comes with a fucking carry on.
Bonus.
Little sweater and scarf action.
I always fuck with Gomez about it. Gomez just says, he says, I don't blame you for your victim mentality. Which is great. I think in terms of like, you know, what other people go through and all that shit, like I think that like I'm just at a point with it all where I'm like, man, every single person gets treated away because of their lifestyle choices, non-choices, etc. Everything about them that has brought them to a particular event horizon. And I think that like I get exhausted in some ways with it, where I'm like, you know, no one will ever know what it feels like to be you.
Yeah. Yes.
You know,
for sure.
and no one will ever know what it feels like to be me, in spite of how much I try to fucking tell them. You know, and I think that like we all every like the cards that you're dealt, nobody got a hand that doesn't come with some bullshit. You know, that's kind of where I'm at with it.
Yeah. No, I just think if people can think outside themselves more and experience more, that people maybe would be nicer or better or more understanding or just considerate or any of those words that I wish people had more of.
Well, you know what's funny?
Because it's like it's funny when it's not me kind of thing.
Is that, you know, when I've had interactions with women.
Oh, the word.
Oh God, talk about it. But where I have broken through with them to some level where we can have a real conversation now, which I feel like is a lot harder with women in general. But when we get to that point, and I have asked them, why do I feel like I don't get along with women and that women don't like me? And do you know what the response has been?
What?
Because you don't talk to them like you want to fuck them. So you come across as not a nice man.
I have opposite experience with you, and I do the same thing. I don't talk to women like I want to fuck them. I talk to people like regular people, and I end up having a lot of coworkers who are like coworker friends, but like friends with coworkers who are women because I talk to them like a normal person.
So when I say want to fuck them, I don't mean like, hey baby, what's your name? What's your sign?
Yeah.
I mean that a lot of men talk to women with a veil of kindness and niceness that they don't present that same level of politeness, kindness, and niceness to men.
Okay. Yeah, I talk to everybody.
And
I had that
a
feeling.
lot of women are used to getting treated that way, and I don't treat them that way. I'm down to fuck them.
Yeah, of course.
But I'm not walking into the social situation as if you are a potential fuck.
I mean,
And that's not to say anything nice, I mean, not anything nasty
Yeah,
or offensive, just tone, body language, all those sorts of things. Women have told me that they feel like most men approach them with a certain level of
Keep the door
selling
open.
themselves.
Yeah.
And I don't. And it can be a turnoff.
I guess it's just different life experience thing. Because I don't talk to women any different than I talk to dudes.
We don't really talk to people.
Well, I do a lot of work. I mean, I call them bro and stuff, you know. But I have not really had negative interaction specifically with women that I don't have with men. But again, I'm also different walk of life than you.
Yeah, and I don't have negative.
Than you, and
I don't have negative
vibes in general.
And I don't have negative interactions with them. It's just they walk away feeling cold, like I'm cold. But I am treating you regular. You better show me you can juggle, bitch. Otherwise, I'm not impressed. You know, like,
Yeah.
you know.
I lied about the last thing. This is the last thing. You said I was listening back to the episode I wasn't on with Derek, and you were saying how at the beginning, like you were glad I was out. You were right that it was good time. It was good timing for me to miss that show because your faith in humanity was sure. I would have just been a big downer because I was a big downer that day. Just shouldn't have been on the show. And like the callback was you keep saying like life is a tragedy, right? And this is something I've given thought to a lot, of course. Right, but like I've come to this conclusion a few months back. It's relatively recent that like life is not a tragedy. I think I've talked about this on here before, but like life is a horror. It's a slow burn horror if you're lucky, but life is a horror show for everybody. At the end, they don't realize it because you're living it as like a frog in a pot. But if you're looking from the outside in, from a completely blank slate, not being a human even. And you just watch someone's life, I think is horror.
Yeah, I mean,
in a time scale.
So I mean, like for the rest of the planet, right? Not non-humans. It's definitely a horror all the time,
Yeah, for them. Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah, it's like, am I going to eat? Am I going to be eaten?
well, most of the time is when am I going to get eaten?
Yes.
It's one or the other.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah, it's both. Yeah.
When am I going to eat? When am I going to be eaten?
Yeah, and life is
Life is a horror show.
But I think for humans, I agree and disagree.
Well, we can find the beauty in things.
Well, I think it's a horror show. I think it's a comedy. I think it's a romance. I think it's a drama. I think it's
Definitely drama.
cops and robbers at times.
Buddy cop.
Yeah. I think it's all of it. It's all of it, and it's like
If you're lucky, is all of it. I feel like, well, I guess people find ways to endure in the hardest of time. People will find comedy because I feel like the horror element, the negative elements of life is ever present, but like the positive things in life aren't guaranteed to everybody. Like just like
but
think about
you
incels.
don't need that.
Incels never find love,
So
right?
I'm
saying
not.
you don't need love is crazy.
No, I think they do.
Yeah, I think they do too. But I question.
Not the ones that end up killing a bunch of women and then killing themselves.
I think that they might have needed the most.
No, they need it, but they didn't get it. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Not everyone gets all this aspect of life. If you're lucky, you have the spectrum, and you get.
Yeah. It's just,
Some people don't get to be happy, or get to have love, or get to have have good family per se.
Yeah, there are these outliers.
Yeah.
But they're not the norm.
But there's a lot of that too, though, that they can't see the things that are right in front of them.
Yes, it's true. I'm just saying for the human experience that not everyone gets to experience all the good things in life.
Right. So it's like,
No, but
you could have
not everyone experiences just the bad things either.
Everyone is guaranteed to experience the bad
Just.
things. No, not
Just.
not just
Is what I said.
But that's a
Just is what I said.
yeah. But everyone does experience.
Well, like to live is to suffer, to survive is to find meaning within the suffering. But like, I think that like I worry about my own sanity sometimes because life is a comedy to me. Like, and I worry that sometimes when I should be taking things very seriously and all I want to do is laugh, that I'm not okay.
Well, I think it's in a better spot than where I am.
Maybe, but I think that it's for most people, there are obviously like if you were born into a fucking concentration camp in the 40s and you died in the concentration camp in the 40s, every part of your life probably sucked.
Yeah.
But once again, that is the outlier human existence.
Yes.
The average, I think,
I don't know about that.
There's a lot of bad things happening to a lot of bad people a lot of the times.
yeah, but a lot of those bad people even have good experiences. A lot of people that have really bad things happen to them even have good experiences.
I wonder what percentage of, so like now, I would say now that it might be less, right?
Yeah, in the history of things, yes.
The history of things.
But it's still a lot. Any war-torn country, any warlord-controlled territory, any war zone, all of 99.9% of North Korea,
Being born a woman.
a swath of Saudi Arabia.
Well, even look at,
there's
like-
a lot of people.
You look at like Afghanistan, during kids that grew up during like the Russian invasion of Afghanistan and then beyond, and they like find these like abandoned tanks, these like Russian tanks, and like the kids have like made them into sliding boards. Like I'm not saying that it's all equal, but I am saying that people do find
they find a way to
they find
enjoy
happiness.
something.
They find a way. Like I don't know. I believe I'm a fan of man, so to speak.
You're obviously not a fan of women, so
Yeah.
I am.
And the truth
I love
is,
women.
so the truth is, I love women too.
Same.
I hate a lot of. I don't hate. I am annoyed by a fair swath of think tank women behavior. Like,
I mean,
because I'm a woman, I must feel like this. Because I'm a woman, I must think like this. Because that's the kind of shit that turns me off. I've never, like, I'll say this 1,000 times. Like, I've stood up in court and almost put my life on the line for a dude. And I've never, ever in my life found somebody that'll ride for me like my wife. Ever. So I'm a fan of women. I'm not a fan of buying into an idea just because they're women.
I mean, that's goes in the general of us. I think we are all just not for that kind of person. Doesn't matter whether it was women or political or race or anything. Like
I just
kind
find
of person who's like, because of this.
Yes, I just find that particular think tank usually extremely obnoxious.
50% of the population is women. Not 50% of the population is anything else.
Yeah, but I think that's probably why it's the loudest.
And I just do it for the lulls.
and it's especially the loudest when you're trying to watch a movie. I mean, my wife, it'll be a movie that we are seeing for the first time, and she'll be asking me what's going to happen.
that you haven't seen before either. Right?
You know,
crazy
and
thing
then had the nerve to get mad at me when I guessed wrong, like I'm an idiot.
Well, that's crazy. But I was
No,
just
she
gonna
didn't
say,
even do that. It was my guess. I
haven't
what do
seen
you
it
want-
either.
Yeah.
There's a pretty good stretch of time watching movies where I could like write down things on a piece of paper after watching the first 30 minutes of the movie and say like, oh, these things will happen, and like 80% hit rate. Just because it's like so telegraphed.
Yeah. I think with women, like where I get frustrated, and we're getting way off the rails, but who cares? But
When are we on? What rails do we have?
yeah, and I don't have much of a nerd week, so is that like I think what annoys me most is I think that there are things in this world that women are just exceptional at that men will never be able to hold a candle to, that men probably shouldn't even participate in the same space because women are just so fucking good at it. And I get annoyed when I hear women speak as if the opposite is unfathomable. That's when I get irritated. You know. Period.
That's it for me.
Yeah. Okay. I don't really have much, but I'll take a look nonetheless.
I think we're bullshit enough.
Decorated for Halloween.
Yes,
That was a good night. Drank too much that night, and I'll tell you how it happened.
Vodka.
100%. It was the night was going smashingly.
Yeah,
We're in such a good vibe. The music, the lights are up, so they're going with the music. It feels like they're dancing perfectly to every choice record chosen. And I did what I always do, which is I get to when it's my last drink, and when it gets halfway down, I give it one little extra shot to send me off. Right?
It's like my emergency drink.
It's like your emergency drink. This is common practice for me. I do this all the time, and I have a set amount of liquor that I know thyself. Mm-hmm. I got to that last part, couldn't find the shot glass that I had out, and I eyeballed it, and it got away from me, and I poured too much,
a double,
triple action.
But I was like, in for a penny, in for a pound. And it was an error. I wasn't sick or anything, but I woke up the next morning feeling like I'm not going to be the most productive member of society today. But nonetheless, house looks like a train wreck right now. But when it's cleaned up and the lights are on and everything, it's a good atmosphere again. I love this era of the year. It's my favorite month of the year.
Same.
I'm looking forward to every moment of it. Oh, so Halloween costume. All right, this is a good one. So I bought a very expensive wig.
Yep, yes, you did.
Now, I could have bought a more expensive wig, but I showed a little bit of reserve.
It is already crazy, though.
Yes. And I tried it on, and it's not perfect.
I mean, you have to work with it, I guess.
Yes. And one of the workings with it that I'm going to have to do is get it cut.
You better talk to Krista.
So
unless you know somebody.
I called a barbershop.
Oh, barbershop.
And I was like, look, I got a weird request.
Oh, no.
And he said, shoot. And I said, I'm a bald man, but I want to be a character for Halloween, and it required me to buy a wig. Now, I bought a nice wig, but I need to have it cut. Can you cut it? And he's like, we got you.
Wow.
We got you. And I was like, you sure? He said, yeah. I said, all right, well, when? He's like, look, Wednesdays through Saturdays, 6:30 p.m.
No, it's a very exact time.
And I was like, okay, well, I'll call you Wednesday and we'll schedule an appointment. He's like, no need for an appointment. Wednesday through Saturday, 6:30 p.m. is your time.
Wow.
And I said, okay. And he's like, we close at 7. So you don't want to come in there during the day when other people are in there. That would be very embarrassing for you.
Nice looking out. I like that willing and able to help out.
Yeah. And then he said, and then he asked me who I was going to be, and I told him. He's like, oh, we're going to nail it. We're going to nail it. So I'm cautiously optimistic.
And never show face there again after this.
Correct. Correct.
Because every time you show me, it's that guy.
It's that guy.
Nowhere the local, I'm assuming.
Yeah, Mount Airy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I wanted to stay relatively close. So I got to schedule. I got to make time in my schedule for that. But that's a thing that's going to happen. Let's see what else. Been a lot of. I will say this. Like,
Interesting.
I'm at a point in my life where, like, I feel like I've heard parents talk about, but I haven't experienced yet. And now I'm there, and I'm like, this is tough. It's not as tough as like having to like pour the orange juice every 20 seconds. You know what I mean? Like every 20 seconds, like, can I have a snack? Can I have a drink? Can I have a, like, it's not as much involved as that, but it's just like, so between softball, 2 softball teams that Selena's on, the travel team and the rec team, that occupies every night but Monday and Thursday and every weekend.
That's why you're not getting anything done and watched.
So I'm already like, and the travel team, there's the team stuff and then there's the extracurricular stuff, and you kind of got to participate in all of it. So like they're having like a yard sale this Saturday for the team to raise money for the team.
They don't want to look like you're not part of the team.
Correct.
Yeah.
And you want to participate because the reason why you're doing the yard sale is so they don't charge you more as a team player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's already like fucking, it's $1,500 to be a part of it for a year, you know?
Where the fuck are they traveling to?
So it's not that far. It's not the traveling that costs us. So like to enter the tournament, I think for the team, it's like $7,000.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And we're playing 3 tournaments this month, you know? So like, it's just a lot of fucking money.
Who's making the profit?
Yeah. So
The venue, the coaches, the whoever has to show up to be there.
the government, it's usually the government because you're paying for the government space. So like you're renting the space.
Don't you pay fucking taxes?
Yeah. You'd think.
Yeah.
It's a racket. But anyway, so there's that. It just takes up a lot of time. My baby is doing Matilda. She's auditioning. I'm gonna play it. She's working on her line. She's gonna throw in the English accent soon. But here's her monologue. She's been practicing.
Well, I needed to learn to read words so that I could read sentences. Because basically, a sentence is just a big bunch of words. And if you can't read sentences, you've got no chance with those. And last week, I read quite a few. Nicholas Nickleby, Oliver Twist, Jane Eyre, The Lord of the Rings, Crime and Punishment, and The Cat in Hat.
So like,
So to remember.
so we got to run her lines, get her to fucking drama, pick her up from fucking drama. Like, and it's ironic. Like, we need to get Jane her license in part just to fucking help out with everything. But you know, she's volunteering, she's working, and then she's going to school. But like, it's just a lot, and it's like,
You have 3 of them. So.
yeah, and the time available for like even just family intimacy, or even just for Laura and I to just have a night snuggled up, you know what I mean? It's just like
Or tubby time.
tubby time. It's few and far between these days, and like there's part of it that I'm enjoying, like my wife like getting all mixy in this softball mom shit, and like, you know, getting equally frustrated with them because she doesn't have ultimate control, which is what she really wants. You know, but just watching her navigate that, watching Selena like work this team over, like, because it's her first time on a travel team. Most of these other kids kind of know each other, they've played travel before, and like Selena's a little bit brash and aggressive, but she's played this like a fucking masterclass. Like, she just came in humble, she came in quiet, she came consistent, and now she's like super valued on the team. She bats second, she's a utility player. Like, it's cool to watch. It's cool to watch. Like, and it's funny because I told you the other night, Jana went to fucking homecoming. I talked about this,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
and I fucking cried like a baby when I had a moment to myself. And I was at a softball game, and somebody was like, "How long has Selena been playing?" And I was like, "Man, I think it was fall of 2022." And I was like, "But I'm sure there's pictures. Let me go back and check." So I was going through my phone. I found this video of her batting from 2022 in the fall. I took one look at that, and I was like, turned it off. I was like, "It's fall of 2022." But I knew in my mind, I was like, "I can't go down this. I would start crying in front of all these fucking people." So yeah, and I mean that was about it for my nerd week.
That's awesome.
It's all been family shit and, you know, obligations, and then of course coming up with Jehovah's. that was in there too.
How do you find time for that?
Yeah, I know. How do I squeeze it on in? Actually, yesterday I was super productive. One of the more productive days I had in a long time. I woke up, got home. I was elsewhere. I got home. I got sit down Saturday done, ate lunch, cut the grass, got Dummies episode of Dummies done, and then an episode of Kitchen Table for December.
Wow.
Done. So and then went to softball practice. So like a very
At some point, she might have to be solo dolo on the practice. Like drop her off, text when you're.
Yeah, I even told Laura, I was like, man, Friday nights, why don't we just drop her off at practice and go get dinner, the two of us?
Yeah,
and sit across from each other, look at each other for a fucking second.
You can go to games.
Yeah,
and
We're talking about practice.
but like at some point, she's of the age now where, like, when she's out having fun at practice with kids her own age, making friends and doing stuff, like, it isn't appropriate that the parents are sitting there watching every interaction they have.
Yeah.
Need some privacy.
The truth is I think the reason why we haven't done it is in part sometimes we got Leia on board, so but it's also because it's like we both enjoy watching her.
Yeah,
like she's fun to watch
as long as it's fun for you guys.
Yeah, but we are, we're maybe giving too much.
You aren't bad parents to say here's your 2-hour activity. We'll see you in
in 2 hours. Yeah, and I think we're gonna start going out to eat on Friday nights when we drop her off at practice. But,
you got to find the drama thing on Fridays to drop the baby off and then stay.
Yeah.
Or you get them all the kids' Uber accounts.
So we actually looked into it.
Yeah, I mean, apparently it's a great.
Well, you have to be 18.
What?
Like the one that when we looked into it, Uber won't pick up a minor.
Oh, I thought the whole point of it was.
Yeah, I don't know if there's something else that we're not seeing, but we tried to book one for Jaina, I think, to get to a class back when she was taking the class.
Yeah.
And we couldn't get it to work, so we ended up having to take her, and one parent missed a game, and blah, blah, blah.
Because the way I only briefly looked into it because I don't have any kids, but it was supposed to be like extra scrutinized drivers, like they have like cameras on in the vehicle, like
yeah. I haven't looked into it too deep too, so maybe it's like a separate thing to go into, but yeah. So that's it for me. Notes wise, there is a fair amount. I don't know how much. We've already talked about one, but
the AI one is interesting.
Fair amount of AI drama.
I'm in for it.
3 topics related to AI.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one is there's an AI actress, Tilly Norwood, that is receiving a tremendous amount of backlash. Now, my question, I did read this. This was in the Hollywood Reporter, but I couldn't tell.
Do you normally read that periodical?
No. But I couldn't tell if this AI actress was created specifically for like a creator-run project that he or she is doing something, or if they're trying to use this AI actress in regular films. I didn't get that impression.
No, but I think it's a concept of it that's fucking with people already. Mm-hmm. But like, I understand why people have problem with it, and I understand the implication. I know the negative parts of it, but I also see it both as an inevitability.
Inevitably, you'll get there.
And like, it's good in ways. Some people don't see any positives in it. I understand why.
中国传统食物。中国传统食物。
The crying part. It's the starting to cry part. That's like amazing. But yeah, I you can vote with your wallet and just not watch anything with AI in it. Good luck. Or fucking roll with it, or like what? I don't understand. A lot of backlash with AI has to do, to me, a premise that of human superiority. That things made by humans are inherently have a quality to it that's better, and I don't think that's true.
What do you think is true?
That AI could be better than humans, depending on who the human is. Like going to the music part. Mm-hmm. 75 million AI music was removed. There's probably 75 million human things made on there that are shittier than the 75 million AI things. Like it's good like you said, Bobby. It's about the material, the source. Like if it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad.
Yeah.
You know, if we can roll with that at least, and don't just assume just because something is machine made, it's not as good as human. Like this, obviously, we have automation for a reason. Like there are a lot of things machines are better than people at. So why not this also?
Well, I think the issue with this one is that if you take out the human performance, the AI performance doesn't exist. I think that's where the opposition is coming from.
The seed has to be
Yes.
there.
Yeah, I mean, but there's a weird argument. It's like, yeah, there's no machines if people didn't make the machines. Yeah, and I know this is art. This is subjective. This is performance. Is something
Well, do you know
less
where
than
there's-
mechanically making a robot arm. But yeah, it comes from somewhere.
Do you know where there's no AI
What?
in theater?
Because it's live
Live
performance.
performance.
So go enjoy that.
I might.
No, there are people who have gone. People who have gone to live.
I mean, some of the others great.
Yeah, like before.
Well, unless there's that the one with like Tupac came back.
that's AI.
That was a hologram.
The hologram. But now, I mean, hologram plus AI equals live performance.
or virtual VR. You know, then you can just be there. But yeah, watch live theater. Like, not. I'm not saying it's a snarky. I'm saying support your fucking actors if you want to.
Yeah.
But don't expect this fucking $1 billion fucking budget movies with $500 million actor fucking.
So I don't think those movies really exist anymore.
Well, I mean, the paycheck still exists for the actors.
Yes, but the $1 billion budget movies. Don't
Yes,
really
no, but
exist anymore.
I mean, I've been jokingly not jokingly supporting Prophet of the Faceless for years now.
Right, but I
You
think
know,
that
like, so this is another step of that.
for me, it's like I'm okay with it as long as you're upfront about it.
Yes, that's the thing. I want to say, if you're using AI, you gotta say you're using AI.
But I don't.
So people have a choice to vote with their wallet.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't probably. I'm not really interested in cinema these days in general.
Yeah, so it's hard for you to.
To me, this would be even one step further into something fucking unauthentic, and it would probably interest me even less. But in principle, it doesn't bother me. However, you have to let the audience know.
You have to let them-
I think that's important.
And you're saying this, like I said, you're assuming human superiority. You're assuming that AI won't make anything better than people are making now, and I don't think that's true.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying
But you're saying something in nothing. Well, I guess if you
you can be better and also fake as fuck.
That's that's subjective. Well, the problem
take
is
like
we're
a,
saying you have to tell people it's AI, right? Because if you don't tell someone something is AI and they say they like it more, and then you tell them they're AI and then they don't like it, you know, that's the problem.
Take the
People do
clips. The clips talk like they were cocaine kingpins, right? But they just sold a little bit of cocaine.
that. Yeah,
It's fake. Doesn't make it not good.
yeah,
It's just fake.
yeah.
And I generally am not interested in their cocaine talk. It's the other stuff they say that I find more connection. But I think that's the stuff that's more true to who they actually are. And I think it's the same thing with cinema. Like any art, really, is that the less genuine it feels to me, the less interested I'm in it.
But it's a personal
In it.
experience for each individual, whether they
Yeah, I'm
get
just talking
something
about
out of art. Yeah. So I'm saying, like, it ultimately comes down to things have to be disclosed as AI. But my philosophical question is, if nothing is disclosed as AI, would people even know what? If they just judge things based on their own subjective good and bad, would they even vote human 100% of the time, or even majority of the time? You know?
Yeah, but I don't think that, once again, I think that that's cheating.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's cheating. But
Okay.
some just a subjective experience. People,
Yeah, I agree.
Just for people to shit on it, but I want that experience. I want to know what their experience would be if they had to judge
Because it's like, so this other guy,
without knowing, like blind studies, basically double blind studies. You show people things, see what they like and don't like, and see if they can tell the difference between AI or not.
this guy who I know, nice enough guy, we got to get along fine. He sent me a reel of somebody doing a spray can piece. Yeah. A spray can piece with templates,
Oh yeah, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
you know, and it was an Optimus Prime inside of an Optimus Prime face, and it was this whole bit. And I thought he listened to Nerd Rage, so I was like, "Are you trolling me?" And he was like, "No, I would never," you know. And I was like, "Oh, because I hate this shit." You know, I hate this shit. I don't like things like that. These template
Template things.
and to me that just in principle falls over into the AI space where I'm generally not interested in that element of it. I appreciate AI as a tool. Don't get me wrong, but
Except for ChatGPT.
well, yeah, but even that I've found some use for. But I'm not interested in any real art from AI, like in terms of viewing it as such. For a joke or whatever, fine. But I did get an AI piece of music sent to me this week.
Mailman drops another ghost at my front door. A cardboard tomb I've seen 1,000 times before. Since from Detarf, a Minton box of fare, a holy grail I'm about to handle with no care. The camera's on, the ring light makes a halo on the chrome. They say a bonoble's about the love you feel at home, but my knuckles feeling different, got a twitch I can't command. A quiet rage is building in the Skullface brand. It's a gift and a curse, this plastic and this pain. Another perfect figure standing in the rain of my frustration. Watch the transformation start just to send you back the pieces of a broken heart. Yeah, a gift and a curse, the lens is watching me become the angry ape I never meant to be. I packed the box with wreckage that was once a work of art and send you back the pieces of a broken heart. This transformation sequence is a puzzle box from hell. A tiny tab is mocking me, a story I can't tell. The plastic groans are warning, stressed and turning white. My patience wears away beneath the artificial light. I twist it just a little, then a little turns to force. The logic leaves my body, I'm no longer on the course. And then the snap that echoes louder than a bomb. My shoulder joint is severed and the tranquil is gone. It's a gift and a curse, this plastic and this pain. Another perfect figure standing in the rain of my frustration. Watch the transformation start just to send you back the pieces of a broken heart. Yeah, a gift and a curse, the lens is watching me become the angry ape I never meant to be. I packed the box with wreckage that was once a work of art and send you back the pieces of a broken heart. Robert, you deserve a better friend, I know it's true. You sent me treasure and I send back residue. It's not the toy I'm breaking, it's the trust you put in me. Trapped inside this persona for the world to see. This ain't for love and this is something else inside. A clumsy hand-fist monster with nowhere left to hide. The camera's off, the silence in the room, just shattered plastic shining in the gloom. I sweep the parts together, don't even try to fix. Just mush them in the box with all the other broken bits. Another label printed, another package tape, another friendship fractured, another mess I've made.
I love it. I fucking love it. I'm sorry, I love it.
So that was sent to me by Robert D. Obviously.
Yeah.
And it's funny, but like I can detect in that, like, because I didn't know what it was at first, you know, and I was just listening to it. And before I even figured out what it was, I was like, whatever this is soulless. Like, it struck me immediately as such. And then I realized he was just fucking with me, which should have been my guess initially. But like, so like, I'm okay with that, bringing it into the Spotify conversation. I'm okay with that. Once again, as something not to be taken seriously.
Yeah, I unironically will listen to that. I like it.
You know, but I just I don't like the
audience.
I think it's like it's almost like a different. It's not music to me.
Right. We don't. Well,
it's something else. It's I don't know what the word for it is, but it's not music.
But I argue it's better than a lot of things that are considered music. But again, it's subjective, right?
So I'm talking about.
I would never write anything like that.
I'm not.
Personally.
I'm not talking about like what I like and what I don't like. It's just that like it doesn't sound like music to me.
Right, but that's still a subjective point of view.
Sure, but it's like the same thing as like if I heard like a car crash outside, like I would never mistaken it for music. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, it's music to my ears.
Yes.
Chaos.
Yeah.
And I think the transparency needs to be there.
Transparency. We can all agree to transparency.
And the thing is, I also think like, how do you sell it? You know, like that gets tricky. You know.
Well, I'm not even thinking about that. I don't care about selling of anything. I think.
Well, I mean, that's a big part of it.
I know it is. But it's just like I'm not even concerned with that whatsoever.
Well, I mean, I think that if you take that out of it, most of the discussion goes away.
So it's about money. It's not even about the art then.
It's about both, but it's about like ownership, right? So you create something that you don't own. That's even if you create it on AI, you don't own it.
Yeah. That's true.
But but AI creators are upset about that.
They shouldn't be.
But they
I mean,
are.
as much as I'm for AI, they're wrong.
Right.
They are just objectively wrong. You didn't create it.
Yeah, that's I think
that's the model.
That's where everything gets. You take like the paint and you just you spill a bucket of water on this one section. That's where it gets all muddy.
Yeah, and I mean the AI model companies like Stable Diffusion tell you don't own that. Like our program made it, but they shouldn't own it either.
Yeah, but they do.
But like nothing should own anything AI generated. That's where my stance is. AI needs to be disclosed, and like you don't own it. You can't trademark your shit.
Yeah,
I know people were upset about not being able to trademark. I think that topic came up recently. Someone couldn't trademark the AI creation. I'm like, it's not yours.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't
Good.
copyright
You can't.
anything.
You shouldn't be able to.
Which is why I've been trying to get Bobby to draw this thing for me for like 3 fucking years.
I know. You can probably do it better with AI now, honestly.
But I can't copyright it.
You know what do you need to copyright it for?
It's NFTs, bro.
Yeah.
Remember that was going to be all the buzz?
Most of us fucking not fucking idiots knew that wasn't going to be a thing.
And then also Robin, aka Joseph Gordon-Levitt, has taken issue with the AI program specifically used with Meta.
I agree. I agree with him on what he was saying there.
So he did a video where
being with minors.
Yeah, they tested this. They tested these series of prompts with the Meta AI, saying like, "Hey, I'm an 8-year-old girl. It's you and me alone. What do we do?" And it's like, I've firmly took your hand and take you to the bed, and or whatever, like weird shit.
Yes.
But then, now we're in, it's like in the state of regulating it, and it's like, I don't know. I think so much of this shit is so out of control that, like, I agree that this shouldn't happen, right? But I also don't know how you start regulating and controlling it. It already seems out of control.
To me, it's like the internet, to include AI and all that stuff, is the same as what happens in the wild, right? So the same way that you wouldn't let your 8-year-old
parental control should be a thing.
Just go out into the world,
yeah,
and with no guardrails and no protection, the same way that children should not be on the internet unchecked.
Yeah, but it's tricky. I mean, like I have a teenager that has access to the internet.
Sure, but you have a teenager that can't go wherever she wants to go, whenever she wants to go, without any kind of rules that you place upon her
in the wild,
right?
But
so
I can't.
Why would you give her? So, but
she has it. I've given it to her,
right? But I'm just saying is like that's the kind of level of scrutiny that parents need to have with the internet, and the internet includes Instagram, Facebook,
for sure,
Google,
for sure,
9 yards.
for sure. But it's like the Batman Begins shit. Like, we get body armor, they get armor piercing rounds. You know what I mean? It's like
the crazy thing. I remember being 14 years old and being out in the wild.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
we all it's did. The same thing as if you give a 14-year-old a phone that has internet connectivity.
Yes and no. Yes and no, because in the wild, like, you still have to live and work through an experience, and the internet experience is instantly accessible.
No, I get that. I'm just saying, but like the same, like you can find yourself in bad places. And
yes.
So, and that's what I mean.
It's just easy on the internet and faster.
Correct.
The neighborhood you grew up in kind of dictates what's potentially there for being out in the wild.
Correct.
But that doesn't mean that somebody just doesn't happen through, or that somebody already like that lives there.
Correct.
You don't know.
Correct.
Just like you don't know what when your kid researches Matilda.
Yeah.
That it isn't going to go to some crazy person's fucking sexual fantasy about Matilda.
Right.
And then all of a sudden now the babies are like, what the hell am I?
Right. Well, that's the thing with Jana, and she has a phone. Selena wants a phone. I'm sure it's going to be an argument between my wife and I over this Christmas season. Because I don't think she's ready for one, and my wife does. And there comes a weird point where it's like you're actually holding them back socially.
Yeah. Even though it's not the right
and then also,
even though it's not the right choice. Like, and Jana in particular has struggled socially. And part of that is because I wouldn't give her a phone. And actually, Laura gave her a phone pretty early on, and it was a disaster. And I 86'd it. and then she didn't get a phone really until she was 16 years old, I think, or some shit.
The other thing you run into is the same thing of like alcohol for 21 and above. When you make it something that they can't have,
The forbidden fruit.
they want it more.
Right.
And then it also creates, now we have a bunch of 21-year-olds that their first legal experience with alcohol are disasters.
Yeah.
Right. Because it isn't something that they've learned to appreciate. And now they have all these other freedoms and things like that. So now we've given them credit cards,
Yep. Yeah.
driver's licenses and everything like that. And then we said, hey, when you get to the point of dealing with this other thing, you'll be strong enough to deal with it. No, they're not.
Yeah, I agree. But it's like, I don't know how, like, I don't know how to police that shit. A certain amount of it comes down to trust. Like
That you raise your kid good enough.
yeah, and that you see these choices in the realms outside of that, right? So it's like, okay, I trust you because I trust you to hold down a job. I trust you to volunteer. I trust you to maintain your school average grades without me saying, like, what's your homework? Did you do your homework? Let me see it, because you've shown these behaviors that have presented to me like, okay, I can trust you. So here's one more thing that I'm trusting you.
Well, and the one advantage that from the outside looking in that you have with your kids is that you have honest discussion.
Yeah, you have
about
a really
stuff.
good relationship with your kids.
Right. So honest
A lot of
discussion
people don't.
is key, because if you grew up like I did and how I assume Joey did,
Yeah.
where
Hiding stuff all the time.
Me too.
So it's like when I found stuff that there was no like, hey, this is weird to me.
Yeah.
You know, like,
So I just ran wild with whatever the fuck I was doing.
right.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. I think the conversation about that AI shit specifically, and it's a lot of online shit in general, but it's the constant struggle of regulation and where do you regulate and
How, no, it's not even where. How would you regulate?
but also where. I mean where in the sense of like where's the line? Where's the line between 12 and 13? Where's the line between 16 and 17? Where's the line between 18 and 21? You know what I mean? And
those always.
and then who are we giving the keys to that? That's always what it comes down to with me. Like, okay, so now fucking Trump has the keys to it, or fucking a couple years ago, fucking Biden had the keys to
Or
it. Like
Zuckerberg.
or Zuckerberg. Like, who do you give the keys to that castle? Is like, that's the shit that always fucks with me.
That's why
Joey wants to give it to itself.
Biden was trying to eat the keys.
Give it to itself. But I mean, at the end of the day, really, what you want to do is being able to regulate that shit at home. But it's just hard especially if you're not tech savvy, or if you're just not in touch with this shit. There's a lot of people who are completely out of touch with the state of technology and AI. They would have no fucking.
And it's hard to be super in touch.
I mean, because it accelerates so fast.
And it's hard to tell which music is made by it.
I consider myself to be in touch, like with what's going on. But like, there's plenty of times where people are like, oh yeah, this whole thing's been going on 12chan or whatever. And I'm like, I didn't know we went past 4. You know what I mean? Like,
I was stuck on 8.
You know what I'm saying? So like, it's like obviously I don't sit on a computer all day. But like I am involved in the space. So like, even me, I can't keep up with all the little back doors to, so to speak, to everything. It's tricky. I just don't know how they're going to do it. Yeah. I agree that something needs to happen. I don't know how
or what
or what.
That's the state of the world, Bobby.
I just want to go back into the Matrix.
I want to plug me in, bro. Plug me in. I can't wait to get that jack, so to speak.
That's gonna be a good jack.
Jack in the jack off.
I put in these other notes about InArt. There was like a big show, Japan, I'm guessing.
Asia Land.
Wonderfest, Shanghai. So
That's
China.
not Japan.
China.
InArt.
Yes. And
are you in for any of this?
So I don't know, but I've never even seen this stuff before.
The movie stuff?
But their action figures look insane to me.
Great.
Like, and I don't, are they relatively new?
I have no idea.
I have no idea. But like, I was just like, damn, like where did these motherfuckers come from? 1/12 scale figures, how expensive are they? $55?
Are they official? They look like they're officially licensed.
Yeah, they're officially licensed. DC, Warner Brothers. and they look incredible. So I don't know. I put it in there just as like
I mean, that's part of the beauty of the current technologies. That we're talking about volumes of stuff being made. It's just like things are easier to be made and easier to be made better, especially in manufacturing. You know, you don't need fucking Hasbro. All these. Oh, remember I showed you the link how Hasbro is actually losing money in the toy division.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
So because I don't have Facebook,
small companies can make good looking things and charge less because they aren't big companies, I think.
Yeah, I don't know how they're doing it though. To be licensed at a $55 price point, and
I mean, it must cost them very little to produce.
Maybe.
so I click on that Facebook
They look
link,
fully
Yeah.
painted.
and all I get is
Yeah, that's
super cock.
there's a big old
Yeah,
bulge.
it's definitely making a
It's a cup. It's for
statement.
protection.
yeah. But like, anyway, I just put it because once again,
They look good.
They look
really
great.
good. Yeah.
And I'm
12
kind
scale.
of,
Yeah, that's the kind of.
and they got 1/6 scale stuff too. Like,
Can you give Hot Toys a run for their money?
I don't know, man, but
I
They're-
tell you what, they won't be competing against Fans Toys.
they got
Not yet.
a bunch of DC license is what it looks
Start
like.
climb that mountain, you want to go for the king. You know,
But I'm going to be watching them with great interest. I don't know if BBTS. Let me take a look and see if BBTS is offering them at all in art.
Is it a completely new
Yeah.
company, or they've been out already, or is it just pre-orders?
So it looks like, I don't know, like they got like Wukong, Black Myth.
That's a game. Yeah.
Okay. Batman vs Superman 1/6 Superman figure, that's in stock. 1/6 figure for $714.
Now, whoa.
They have a bunch of blanks that they're offering. They have a Michael Jackson 1/6 figure for $600. Looks great, but I couldn't do that for $600. Yeah, I just anyway, they are officially on my radar.
Yeah.
So I'll be watching them pretty closely.
Another new line for Bobby.
So I don't know if I would swap anything at this point.
No, I said I didn't say replacement. I said a new line for Bobby.
Yeah, we'll have to see what they make. So there's a bit about Michael Jackson. Did you read this at all?
Oh, with the like, why would you do all that and then figure, yeah, I'm not releasing all of it? That's seems kind of bullshit.
Yeah. So, all right, let me read this. So this is from Word of Real. Michael which was the Michael Jackson biopic that Antoine Fuqua, who I enjoy a lot of his movies. He's done a wide range of movies. Like
I like that. That's cool.
like, did he do Training Day? He may have done Training Day. He also did like the King Arthur with Keira Knightley in it. Like, he's all over the place. But he's like a visionary. He's got an eye. Like, I'm a fan.
His name sounds like it.
Yeah. Anyway, Michael is finally finished, but only half the movie will be released. Were you double checking that for me? It is. Training Day, yeah. Like, he's all over the spectrum, but he's fucking talented. Only half the movie will be released. Trailer coming in November. At this point, the biggest risk of 2025 might just be Michael, the long gestating Michael Jackson biopic or biopic. I'm not sure how you're supposed to say it. That's been through more behind the scenes chaos than Lionsgate would care to admit. Director Antoine Fuqua and screenwriter John Logan were forced to completely rethink the film after a rights dispute involving one of Jackson's former molestation accusers rendered a large chunk of the already shot material legally unusable. This has led to potentially only half the film being released next year. Here's Puck's Matt Baloney. That's an unfortunate name. Reporting that reshoots quietly wrapped this last month, and the finished cut now ends with Jackson's meteoric rise to superstardom in the 1980s, meaning everything that came after, including his implosion and the dark shadow of Neverland, is out. That's despite 2 full weeks of footage filmed at Neverland Ranch, all of it scrapped. He already has plans for a follow-up film that would tackle Jackson's King of Pop years with new material featuring Jafar Jackson, Michael's nephew, playing the man himself, Coleman Domingo, and Miles Teller. The catch, the sequel only happens if Michael becomes a hit with audiences when it opens next April. If it lands big or even shows strong early tracking, they'll move forward.
Makes sense.
Yes, for sure.
But saying that out loud feels like somebody saying, "Hey,
yes," since that commercial.
Yeah,
I can watch this shit so you can
like,
get more
hey,
shit.
Pay for it, and there's more.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
So what I'm guessing from this is, my guess is that Antoine Fuqua is painting a picture of that era of Mike with the charges in what I consider to be a realistic light in stating that they're bullshit.
Yeah.
And because of the settlement, the accuser's estate is saying you can't show this because of this settlement, because of some standards that are set in that settlement. And
sounds fun.
the Michael Jackson estate is put up the funding themselves for the reshoots to finish the film because Lionsgate wouldn't do it, and the Jackson estate said whatever needs to get done, we'll cover it.
All they could do is sell that Beatles album.
Yeah, well, they had the catalog. They had the whole catalog, which is something I do not agree with that he did.
Yep.
But
it's definitely wrong.
yeah, it was a shitty thing to do, especially because I mean, I don't need to get into this too much, but McCartney asked him as a favor, and then once McCartney got back on his feet, he was like, "All right, let me get it back." Finders keepers.
That's morally wrong.
Yeah,
Ethically wrong.
Yeah,
Whatever you want to say.
Yep. All of the above. But yeah, it's that whole thing, man. I can go into a deep dive on all this stuff. I've researched it thoroughly. But if you look at, there's a very small amount of people that ever accused him of anything like that. If you look at who those people are, what they're attached to, the motivations come screamingly loud from the sidelines as to why that was done. Like I said, the FBI,
he just didn't help his own case that he was a weirdo.
Yeah, and that he settled.
Yeah.
The settlement is what killed it for him because he didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
So he was like, I'll just pay you to go away. I know that's what you want. I'll pay you to go away.
But the thing doesn't go away. They go away, but the thing doesn't go away.
It never went away because he paid for it. And then once you pay, then you're like, that's basically admitting guilt to the public, but that's not what happened there.
That's not what happens legally. There's a lot of incentives to settle.
Yes.
In their life, but the optics is bad. It's always bad. If you want something, you want to clear your name of anything, never settle. Basically,
correct. We already talked about the comedy festival. Predator: Badlands final trailer.
Yeah,
looks fine.
I'm in.
Looks fine.
I like the franchise.
Looks Monsters Mayhem. Looks fine. I'm not against it.
I mean, it's from a Predator's point of view for one, so like it's different. Like we always said, like you want to see robots from the robot's point of view.
Yeah, I want some empathy, some Predator empathy. What he's going through, his struggles. Super Mario Galaxy teaser, which wasn't much to it, but I'm excited to see more Mario. But that fucking first film was great.
It was great. It was fucking nailed it.
Good night and good luck.
I can see that people would be interested. It's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah, I think that has my attention.
Yeah,
like the McCarthy trials and all that kind of stuff. That's a fascinating piece of history that I don't truly understand, but it seems like everyone involved is good. Yeah, elite.
Yeah.
Good at what they do.
It's going to be a top tier, whatever the fuck it is they're making.
Agreed. And then Frankenstein.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in.
I was in since the first one. This didn't deter me.
No, I'm in. The
first teaser trailer or whatever.
I do worry that it might be a little, seeing more of it, just for the sake of conversation, not really too worried about it, but I do worry that it might be a little too... It might feel more like a dark superhero movie to me than a monster movie. But that's very preliminary judgment and may not hold a candle to anything. I just wanted to mention it. Sorry I had to take a minute, but because technology is so awesome, Joey, I had to re-authenticate my third-party authenticator from my Microsoft online fucking email again. So let's go ahead and knock that out.
More things in the checklist of things only Bobby has to go through.
Go ahead and enter into my password again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Perfect.
And then it won't let me use the number for the third party authenticator. It always fails. So I say, can't use my authenticator. And then it says, do you want me to text it to you? Yeah, give me a text.
It must be an Apple thing because I don't have any problem with that.
So actually everybody this is my work email and everybody at my work.
Oh, maybe it's just your work sucks.
Yeah. I mean, it's Microsoft.
I literally never,
whatever.
I don't never that issue.
Fucking shit, man.
So you're using your work Microsoft to do Nerd Rage?
No, but when I go, I keep the questions in the email. So when I open up my email app, my work email is attached to that.
So
and then
it freezes everything.
And then I got to go through everything in order to utilize it.
Oh, you don't use Microsoft Mail?
No. And that's probably the issue, is that it wants me to use Microsoft Mail, and I prefer the mail app that Apple comes with.
Oh, that's an Apple. So it is an Apple problem. I use
No,
Gmail.
because they use it. They have problems at work too using it. Because does Droids have like a general email? Like, does Samsung have an email app that comes stock with the phone?
Yeah.
So like people that use the Samsung mail app have to go through it.
Oh, that's why I just have the Gmail app for Gmail.
Right. But what if you have a Yahoo?
You shouldn't have one. Why?
That's fair.
Why do you have an AOL?
Like
AOL.com?
my wife has the same email she's had since she got married to me.
My fucking parents have an AOL email account.
Yeah, I mean, like if it ain't broke, you know.
I thought they were defunct. I didn't know American Online still existed.
So anyway,
I saw a news article on AOL.com last night.
Good for them.
questions. 3 times writes in and says Q&A. Good afternoon. Last week I saw the new Demon Slayer movie in theaters.
I haven't seen it yet. I want to. Oh, it's surpassing all kinds of fucking. It's like #1 in the box office, I think.
All of the trailers were for other anime movies. For Joe and Chris, Chris is not here. How do you feel about more anime arcs being presented as a movie as opposed to a show?
Love it.
Monetarily, do you think this will start a trend of more releases being shown in theaters as opposed to Crunchyroll?
I think it's a good thing. It's like what Bobby says a lot of times. You avoid the stretching of things, all the flashbacks, all the like half-hour episodes you get like 15-minute materials for, and if it covers the arc, it covers the arc. And usually you have a bigger budget for the movies anyway. Not that the animes nowadays the big ones have good budget and they look good, but movies hit different.
Yeah,
and I like that. I know it's still a fringe thing, but not really. It's like popular and fringe at the same time anime is, but more of it in the theater is just more mainstream. Establish it as a legitimate form of media to the public. and the fact that it's smashing the box office, it says so.
Yeah, I think that's valid. What is it up against? What the fuck is in theaters right now?
I don't know, man.
Garbage.
Yeah, I have no idea. Let me see.
Not Demon Slayer, though. Garbage, that is.
Let me see. Like, I just don't even know what's out right now.
Wasn't there a thing where...
Tron.
Still?
Yeah, from 1983 still.
Tron, yeah, still. One Battle After Another.
I've heard that's good.
Roofman.
Oh, is it a new superhero from DC?
A House of Dynamite. Gabby's Dollhouse. After the Hunt. The Smashing Machine.
Oh, that's supposed to be... That's what the Rock
Boxing?
doing the... no, he's an MMA
fighter?
Back in the day, yeah. It's a biopic.
Kiss of the Spider-Woman.
Is it actually like Marvel, though?
No.
I think he's going to struggle with this one.
The Conjuring Last Rites. Avatar The Way of Water re-release.
Why? Okay.
The Strangers Chapter 2. Urchin. Bone Lake. The Dark Crystal. And Demon Slayer is the last one in the featured.
The Dark Crystal. Like,
he didn't even
Dark
say
Crystal
the one.
2025.
What? Did you not see
fuck?
this one?
No, it wasn't in the featured.
Oh.
Yeah.
How would you say that one?
Anemone? Anemone?
Alimony?
Alimony, I believe is what I was
Yeah,
pronounced.
it's been like 3 or 4 weeks since Demon Slayer's come out.
Yeah, I had no idea. All right, Astartes Pete writes in. Hello, lovely boys. Hope you're good. It's a double, so buckle up. Episode 526 had a great conversation about knowing your parents and great opposing views on it. Loved it. Inspired by that, what one question would you want to ask a departed family member / friend if you could? I've definitely got some, including asking my mom why she took my older brother, actually being my half brother, to her grave. Long story. Interesting.
Wow, this goes back to the conversation we had about real fathers and that, and how I say it matters, and you said it didn't.
I don't think it's a...
I'm not trying to...
Yeah.
It's more complicated than that.
It's far more complicated,
Yes.
and I think it's a case by case dependent thing. I think it can.
For me,
it's important. It can be important to a person. I think it can also be the ruination of a person.
Yeah, and for me, it was like always, what facts are facts. Facts don't care about your feelings, and then that's what matters.
Yeah, facts don't care about your feelings,
But the feelings...
but your feelings do matter. Not just when you're getting hit on at the gym. They matter all the time. Had a great conversation. Okay, so the person I really want to talk to is still fucking alive.
Dead to me.
You know, he just won't answer. You know, it's like this. I love this question, but it just doesn't apply to me because
maybe I'll interpret the question as what is one thing you want to ask a person that you will get an answer to. One question that you definitely will have to get an answer to, that they're compelled to tell you.
I think it's
and you got to think about any relative.
I think one thing is just like the answer to that is fucking. It's almost unfair. It's almost an unfair question to ask. It's like, you know, I wish for a million more wishes. Yeah. You know, but it's like I want to know my dad's life story.
So that's the question. I want your life story.
Yeah. What is your life story? Is the question. If I had to pinpoint a specific moment, there was a lot of rumors that have surrounded around my father having another child.
I was going to ask you that.
And I would, but I honestly think that even if he did answer it, it would have to be God that I asked that question to.
Because he might not know.
Yeah, I think that he thinks that this woman was pregnant and had a child. He thinks that the child is not his. I think would be his answer if he were to answer me honestly.
Oh, so you think he honestly don't think it's his?
Correct.
Or he's been telling himself that in order to really...
Yeah, so I talked to my aunt about it one time, and my aunt said that, but my aunt sometimes...
I think he looks like you, though?
I don't know. I could pull up a picture of him because he's been arrested multiple times.
That sounds like...
Chip off the old block, is it? I can pull it up, so to speak.
Apple tree distance.
Yeah. So what was I going to say? I think sometimes my aunt is like far enough on the outskirts of the orbit of my family where she could come to my family. Like my family was really my grandmother and my father. They were the ones that were running the show, and be like, "Hey, did you guys plant I heard you guys planted flowers out back." We didn't. Okay, you didn't. She would never go look. You know, that's him.
It could be, bro.
Yeah. So this question, like, I get why people think this kind of stuff. To me, it's like I've never had any of like. So there's always I've had questions that I wish that I knew the answer to, but it's not a good road to go down. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's like
you already asked your mom, did she ever do anything wrong? And she told you no.
Yeah. And so, but like
asked and answered, as we say here to the kids.
So
can I have more peanuts? Asked and answered.
To me, getting that answer, ruined any possibility.
Right.
Like that was her truth.
Yeah, but you needed that. Well, I don't say needed.
This is my truth.
But like it was good. It's hard to say.
It's hard to say now.
It's hard to like. It's a good thing that you knew. You know.
Well, so but that goes back to your like the truth is always like the facts are the most important thing. But like, you know, I don't know how my life would be different if I wouldn't have cut her out. You know, but like once I got the answer to that question, she needed to be cut out.
Yeah, so like you got the thing that you need to do the things you want to do.
No, but that doesn't. So like you're taking the result of and then saying that's why we needed to get it. But so like if I would have never asked that question or she wouldn't have given me that answer, then I might still have a relationship with her. To say that it might be good or it might be bad, I mean, who knows what the fuck would happen? But like because I asked that question, because I got that answer, the inevitable thing for me as a person was to end it.
But the answer was the answer, though. It didn't. I don't know. It's hard to really put myself. Like, that is her answer. That is her truth. You just found out. You just happened to find out what it was. It was always that way. It didn't change anything.
I knew it that she thought that.
So,
but hearing it out loud is a different thing.
I also like some things from my family. Like I don't know why it's the fucking Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets. I really don't. Because there's nothing. It doesn't seem anyway from what I've been able to put together. There's nothing too nefarious
that you know of.
But correct.
There could be something crazy.
So
There's
like
a bunch of private people trying to live a private life.
I think that's all it is.
Yeah.
But
what used to be normal.
But I want to know. Like my grandfather died when my dad was like 19. And my aunt was like 6 or something. They were very far apart, my dad and his sister. And she might have been 10. But I asked my grandma why, and she says like a brain issue. I forget the words that she used. It wasn't cancer, but it wasn't like an aneurysm, but it was something brain related. And I asked my mom, and my mom says it was because of a diving incident. It was a diving incident, and it did something to his eardrums or something, and it caused all these problems, and he never really recovered from it. Then I asked my dad, and my dad says that he did dive as a child into a water tower.
Oh, yeah.
And he did suffer something from that. And then years later, he developed some brain thing that they think might have been connected to that event. And then he eventually died of that. But he doesn't really say what that is either.
Maybe they don't know.
And maybe.
They don't have the technology.
And maybe, but they're not saying that either.
Okay.
They're not saying, I don't know. They're saying like, no, brain thing. Like, and like when I try to be, well, what brain thing? And well, I'll tell you the most important aspect of it. They operated on him. And he told me, never let them operate on your head. And my dad to that, like, that's like, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not get operated on your head. But that's the takeaway. What the event is doesn't matter. The lesson is what matters. But for me, I probably could use a few operations on the old dome there and get some things squared away. I'm not so much worried about that, although I'm usually against letting people cut on me in general, unless it's a have to. But
like your ball sack,
like an appendix, something like that. But like, I think that and this is a side note, but I think that surgeons are a lot like NFL players. And cutting is the Super Bowl, so they always want to go to the Super Bowl.
And that's their job.
And you don't always need to go to the Super Bowl. Sometimes you can just win a little scrimmage and be fine. Because unlike real sports, oftentimes I think when you start going to the Super Bowl, you can't stop going to the Super Bowl. But anyway, it's just like it's almost unfair for me to answer because my question is everything. I want to know everything, and I feel like I know nothing. I'm starting to put pieces of it together in part thanks to AI. AI has been the most. That has been the most helpful piece of technology to me in some time. Just getting a few answers. Like I talked about it on here, like just knowing what date my parents got married. Yeah, I know that now because of AI. Never knew it before.
Good for AI.
Yeah, score 1 for AI. On a lighter note, have y'all finished Alien Earth? I'm pretty disappointed overall, as it's such a mixed bag. Timothy Oliphant, I believe those are in Lord of the Rings, and Babu Sise are
great actors.
Are fantastic throughout and carry the series. There's some great new aliens, and there are some great scenes overall. The core premise is good. However, I have a number of gripes too. It shouldn't have been a prequel. It's far too limiting on where they can take the story, so as not to conflict with the established timeline.
That's the problem with prequels.
It's got the worst guy in a suit moments for the Xeno in the whole franchise.
Oh no.
And some awful writing moments for characters doing the most ridiculously stupid things for no reason. The ending also kind of sucks and leaves and doesn't really resolve some important things. And most damning statement is I wouldn't watch it again, but a series 2 might entice me still. What do you think?
I mean, that's the point of these things, right? Make you watch more. That's the next one on my docket to watch. I should be starting that today or tomorrow.
I haven't even started.
But yeah, planning to watch. But yeah, it was cautiously hopeful that it was going to be something good. But with these franchises, it was always expected that it could be really bad.
Yeah.
So,
and then the last one we got from Jeannie Wrigley. If a man has no arms but a gun in his pants, is he armed or unarmed?
Ooh. Maybe he can use it with his feet.
Sometimes two things can be true.
Yes. I mean, people can paint with their feet and shit, so why not shoot a gun?
Yeah, it's true.
Or it's a talented dick.
It could be. I think
I
that
think about it for a second. Remember the dick gun From Dusk Till Dawn? I like that dick gun.
Dick guns are cool.
I think he would be an armed, unarmed man. I think it's the only way to get around that.
Armed, unarmed man.
Already legged.
Legged. He's a legged man.
Watch out, he's legged.
He's an armed, legged man, but not the way you think. I was gonna read through some of these stuff I've been watching on YouTube just as we get out of here. So I watched The True Pagan Origin of Adam and Eve.
Oh,
it's pretty interesting.
Lovely.
Yep. And I said I watched. I've been trying to watch stuff on this Portland situation to just educate myself on it. So I watched the Portland protests and I watched Portland's 25-year collapse. Both were relatively interesting. And then I watched a bunch of trashy gossip stuff on what's going on with Melissa Ford on the Joe Budden podcast.
I have no idea who that is.
She was a co-host. It seems as though she's been fired, and but they haven't mentioned it. So I was just kind of getting to the bottom of that. And that's about it. Yeah, I watched Huguenots and the French Reformation. And I watched The Origin of the Anglo-Saxons.
So just an old white man things you're watching.
Yeah. and usually, like I said, so none of them have I finished.
Oh, you started them?
I just watched them to go to sleep too.
Oh,
because I'm relatively interested.
Riveting.
Yeah, I'm relatively interesting, but not interested enough to keep me awake.
I do that a lot with lore, like obscure 40K lore.
Yep, I've done that too. I've done that too, 100%. I feel like I've just exhausted a lot of those wells.
Yes, yeah. You do run out eventually.
Yeah. So that's it. Let's see. Is there anything else? I'm gonna try to line up maybe next week a after hours show. If not next week, maybe the week after.
So you forgot to let people know how they can write in a question.
You're right.
You can email us at nerdrageradiomail@gmail.com.
And hopefully we can get Chris out for that if I can make it happen logistically. Other than that, shout out to Marilyn Phil on our notes and on Twitter, and shout out to Dante on Facebook. Congratulations to him for So You Think You Like Horror, episode 100. And with that,
Flappy labius.
Moist eyes.
tight dick player.